I'm very antagonistic today. I'm sorry. I apologize, everyone, for Dokuro Jim's just bad boy persona. Yeah, this is Dokuro Jim's bad boy persona. Dokuro James. He doesn't go by a nickname. That's why it's rebellious.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Dokuro James is consistently 15 minutes late.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Guess what, Galorum? I had to eat food. I needed food to live. I know you think I'm some sort of like a head in a jar that's just funny, just unequivocally funny, the funniest person on Twitch, the funniest person on Twitch.tv, the funniest guy on here. I know you think that I'm just a comedy machine, but guess what? I'm a human body with needs and a brain that has anxiety. Sure? Yes, I'm very sure.
On Twitch.tv/DokuroJim.
Yeah, I'm not, which is the funny thing, right? It's funny that I'm not funny. You know, if Lats was here, I'd be.
If Lats was here, none of us would
be the funniest. No, no. I would say Beep is funnier than me, most definitely. And then it goes like Beep, my wife. I'm at the bottom basically, but Beep and my wife are up at the top. Which is, just how it goes when you're on Twitch.tv.
I don't know how I've gained this honor in your head.
You're hilarious. Beep, you're hilarious.
Beep, you are genuinely funny.
No, but all Calamity does is fucking suffer. So when did this happen?
No, I'm just saying you as a person.
Oh, me.
Beepus as a person is very funny.
Well, no, I'm just a delight.
I am a sweet treat. I am a delight to be around. Thank you. Oh, is it time to do the intro? I think it is. Good God! Welcome to Twitch.tv/DokuroJim. It's me, Dokuro Jim, with my friends. We're playing some HECKNA. I have some things to say. Number one, I still can't get the map software to work, so we're working on that shit. Number two, thank you for everyone who followed and subbed. This was the best month of Twitch that I've ever had. I appreciate you. Number three, if you would like to support the stream, you can always sub, follow, like, share, everything. Just tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell your grandma's grandma, use a Ouija board. I don't give a fuck. Just tell somebody about twitch.tv/DokuroJim. It would be very nice if you did that. Also, if you would, go ahead.
I said, don't tell Jim's grandma. She already knows.
She knows.
Yeah.
Yes, they all know. Look at that! Look at that! Galorm has resub with Prime. Thank you! I appreciate you. You're great. Now, point number three. If you would like to support the stream directly, there is an affiliate link in the chat. If you type !affiliate in the chat, it will bring up the link that gives our DM money when you buy things. Thank you, DM, for that.
Yay.
Also, another way you can support the stream directly is by donating to me on Ko-fi. Ko-fi.com/DokuroJim. Everybody gets a little cut of that, because I don't get that very often, and they're usually big, because people like me for some reason. So, that'll make the stream a lot better if you do that. I can afford more things to make us more, and it will be better. Okay? I'm already trying my best to be Discount Matthew Mercer over here. Please give me money so I can make the stream better. Thank you. That's all I gotta say. Jask, if you have anything to say, please say it right now.
No, I can't think of anything. So we can go ahead and get started.
Aight. Take us in.
Before we get started, another DM friend of mine has started doing a wonderful thing. I very much so agree with it. I really like it. Would anybody like to do an in-character recap of the previous session?
There you
go. Fair.
I could do one real quick, but you're not going to like it.
One prolonged Eugene scream. Please.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Yeah, you can't not after saying that.
Right?
Okay, hold on. Okay, so what I remember from yesterday was, and I flip open my book. There's this really pretty lady, but she's really mean. Yeah.
Delightful. You said I wouldn't like it. I love it.
May. Very insightful.
I love how simple it is.
That's
Beautiful.
I told you wouldn't like it. What I think maybe someone else should take over this. Does everyone have I think that covers all the points, right?
Lindsay, are you using the same microphone?
Yeah, but it's probably just closer to my face.
I was gonna say you're peaking for some reason. I just wondered why.
I'm gonna move it away from me. Is that better?
Yes. You are Gucci.
Okay. Would anybody else like to do an in-character recap? It doesn't have to be a good recap. It can just be like that.
She's doing her best.
So I got hit by a giant cat thing, and then we were looking for the stick, and we went back to Locke, and then we went and saw, I think his name was Rotisserie or something. What? Splendor, what was the guy's name? Like,
What?
the guy with the heart.
Cicero?
Yeah, Cicero, Scissors. Yeah, Cicero. That guy. He.
This guy can read. Why doesn't he remember?
Well, look, listen. Okay, and we found out that maybe HECKNA has weaknesses, which is good, which is very good, and I want to go talk to him more, and that's what I remember. Also, I have to go on a date with a Knoll, and I'm not looking forward to that, but that'll happen eventually.
You have a date?
Yeah.
I'm
I
looking
can
for.
help do your hair.
But that's
The silence that followed that.
and that's it.
Right. Also, just as a heads up, it did seem like Splendor was coming in really funky.
She is using a different microphone.
I am. This is a mic test. How are things now?
You're coming in
Oh,
through both your mic
Splendor.
and Jim's mic.
Oh, that's because he doesn't have push to talk.
Piss. Okay, hold on. Let me fix that real fast. Bing bong, bing bong. Bing bong.
And I'll explain some things in a second once he fixes that.
Okay.
Okay, we should be good.
No, since the last time that I've done this, I actually have a desktop computer now, so I'm no longer in the opposite end of the house.
Well, awesome.
Is my mic actually coming through at a proper volume and such?
I've had to turn you up, but I had you turned down from before. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, how does
I
she
had to
sound?
add-
to turn you up.
How does she sound on the stream, guys?
I have her at 200% on Discord, and it's still like quiet for me compared to everyone else.
I can change my input volume. Let me see.
Like I might just have to like alter
while you change
everything.
the input volume, I'm gonna go ahead
but-
and turn you back down real quick. Sorry for the delay, everyone.
Also, Cliff, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you.
I have turned it up a little bit. This is my regular speaking tone. Is that okay to everybody? Or
I
is
had
it...
I still had to turn you back up, but it
Okay,
is
let
slightly
me-
better.
This is happening.
Yeah.
This
Also,
is probably going to get a little bit loud. How's that?
That's much better.
you gifted a sub to Beep. So yeah, now Beep is subbed again. My friend Cliff gifted a
Thank
sub to
you.
you.
Thank you. This makes what I was about to suggest really awkward. So thank you. Hi, welcome. So Jim, hear me out. Can we do like a good cop, bad cop to the viewers? I want to be mean today. I want to insult people.
I choose violence today.
I
I have woken up and chosen the violence.
Hey, chat. Beep says, "Fuck you,"
do.
specifically.
Yeah.
But have a nice day.
Warden Place,
did-
thank you for the follow.
Okay.
Oh,
Beep's violence to the chat aside, are we ready to continue?
yeah.
Also,
Yes.
does anyone remember like
think-
where specifically we left off? Because like
No.
We
Outside,
were
Tunnel
outside of
Love.
the. Yeah, we were outside
Yeah.
the Tunnel of Love.
okay, yes, that's right. You
And
guys had been blocked off from
Cicero-
Tunnel of Love. Cicero
yeah.
had thrown his little tantrum.
Cicero threw his like swan boats at us,
And putrid wine.
and yeah, and
I
Heckna poofed away. Cicero went back into the ride, and we were getting up off of the ground because some of us did not save on our deck save. So
I think just about everybody did not save on their deck saves except for Fog.
yeah, Fog was the only one that actually like succeeded.
Lindsay, you absolute.
Lindsay,
nutbag.
what the hell, man? What the?
I was thinking I clicked the anonymous box!
I'm glad you guys remember that because somehow the entire Cicero encounter just left my mind entirely. I was writing up this whole, the summary, but I didn't get a chance to re-listen to the session again like I normally do, and just
Yeah.
it's gone. I just kept thinking about the tent.
Riley and I
fair-
literally listened to like the whole Cicero monologue
Mhm.
just for the putrid wine bit because we got into a debate about it.
Yeah, yeah. We were trying to figure out like where we left off because neither of us could remember. So we just listened to like that last few minutes, and then we were dissecting everything that Cicero was saying. And I wrote a list of things that I want to do. And just so I can say this, one of the things on this like 13-piece list here is to play fetch with Fog.
That's
I don't
wonderful.
remember how that really came about. I don't remember how it came about. I don't know what we're gonna use, but
There's
with
revelers
fog.
around.
May I make a suggestion on what we should be fetching with Fog?
It'll be a
I
body.
prefer a
Absolutely.
jawbreaker limb.
It can be the stick that you guys are supposed to be finding.
I was going to say
Oh,
we
yeah.
should send the good boy out to find the good stick.
But yeah, so
play fetch with that.
picking up, you guys had listened to Cicero go the fuck off on Heckna, send out a wave of just putrid wine. Swan boats crashed down and broke all over. And when the splash was gone, the ride was closed, and people were putting up tape saying that the ride is currently out of order.
Oh no.
And now I'm wet. Why does it always end up with a mess? Oh, Splendor, I believe, was helping people get steady last time. She's taking a look to make sure that everybody's accounted for.
Did we take damage last time?
Some
We
people
did.
take damage, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Oh,
took. We actually listened to this. Everyone who failed Fox and I did. Anyone who failed the deck save took 4 points of bludgeoning damage and 4 points of poison damage.
Okay. So, Jess, you said they put an out of order sign on the ride, right?
Yes. Yep.
But Cicero went inside the ride, right?
Yeah, you didn't even watch him go inside, by the way. There was the big tidal wave splash, and then he was gone, and the ride was closed.
Oh, I thought we saw him.
Let me double check.
So we didn't see him go inside the ride.
I thought I did, and
If
I
I
tried to go
remember-
after him, and then I couldn't.
Yeah, we did.
yeah.
Okay.
We just re-listened to this and we saw like the
Yeah.
tail end of his like flowy stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And that was it.
All right. So, is there anybody like fucking around the ride?
Yeah, there you can see a goblin and a halfling are currently putting up under construction signs around the ride.
Well, this person just dropped some truth bombs about HECKNA. So Eugene is looking at the ride with a perplexed look. Like, should we go in? Should we try? Should we try and talk to him more? Like this man said there were ways to beat HECKNA, and I feel like those are things we need to know.
Does Eugene bother to look at the rest of the party?
Yes, Eugene, after he's like sort of pondered that for like maybe 15 seconds, he turns around and looks at everybody else.
Because I will say, aside from being soaked, Splendor doesn't look like her usual bubbly self. She's looking a little worn down.
Calamity is still
Yeah.
a fog noodle. Just entirely.
Yeah, I will also say Gil is also still on the ground. He is not moved. He is laying there staring at the sky.
Eugene's
He
gonna walk
also is
over
breathing a little bit heavy.
Eugene's gonna walk over to Gil and just like poke him with his boot, like, "Hey, you okay,
He doesn't move. Just shifts his one eye towards you.
Gilbert?
Are
you okay?"
I am exhausted. Exhausted, tired.
Wet?
Yes. Uncomfortably.
Everyone's wet, Eugene.
Should we go?
Could we?
Well, at the home, yeah.
That's not. We can't.
Not say no to a sleeping. I want to lay down. I'm already laying down.
Gil, just look. If you stand up, I can get that off of you. I can get that off of all of you. Actually, if you just like everybody form a line.
Calamity, do you think you can get another one of those fast things?
Calamity will wiggle from her noodle position as if she's like coming to life. You know, like the strings are moving. They're not really, but it's a very jerky motion. It's uncomfortable. What?
First, I guess, are you okay?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. Genuinely.
She looks unconvinced. Like she's still
ear
just,
is gonna twitch at that.
yeah, she's still just kind of staring blankly at Calamity with her eyebrows down a little bit. Like, really, are you good to? Where did May wash off to?
Hi, I'm here. I just
Oh.
I'm
Hi.
wringing. I'm like squeezing out all of my garments and bag. At one point, I bring out my loot and like turn it over, and water and debris just falls out of it. This is gonna need a fan.
So when Eugene mentions that he could fix the all of the fact that we're all soaked, Gil actually his eye widens slightly, like you just said something amazing to him, and he sits up. Can you really do that? Like instantly, just fix it,
Yeah, I think so.
please.
I'm in, and I go and stand next to Gil.
He genuinely.
While they're doing that, Calamity will not get off of Fog. Let's make this clear. She is still just a horrible wet noodle. But are there any, like, cars around?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Alrighty. I know the answer is no, but I need to ask because it's funny. Do I get an advantage because Fog is a higher point?
I'm not going to give you advantage. I'm going to give you just a +1.
Oh no!
A high ground bonus.
I didn't want this.
That's what you got.
Fog heater into the air. Just throw her.
Oh, that'd be funny. I mean,
Like a
she'd fly for
cheerleader.
a second.
She'd probably be up for that.
She probably would be up for that.
Oh, that made me sad. No. The way you said she would fly for a second, and my heart just sank.
That's a 16.
So
Not bad.
with a 16, you do see a car nearby, and you watch as a person like climbs out of the car. They cross one pair of arms under their around their torso, and the other pair is
no.
one's just relaxed, and one's looking at their nails as they like
Oh no.
check for dirt. They like scrape under the nail a little bit, look up to you, and then they just
Shit.
walk off.
Okay, so they don't care about me right now? We're good?
As
good?
far as you can tell, they don't care about you.
Where the fuck are they going now? I'm invested. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck?
So you've seen them around, but in the same way that
Yeah.
like if you were at a high school, you've seen other students around.
Right. Ugh, one of those. I've decided their name is fucking Jerry. Blink,
Fucking
blink.
Jerry.
The minute that they're like out of the way, like they're out of view, Calamity will wiggle out of Fog's
Yeah.
grasp. Instead of asking like a normal person, it's like an uncomfortable little feral shimmy, right?
Yeah.
And then we will try to very casually, like we're supposed to be here. I go here, fuck you. To go scoop up the car while he's gone. Very like,
Now, I want to point something out. Okay.
yeah.
If you look at the map, which is under the important images tab,
Oh
near
no.
the top.
Okay.
Okay. Number 15, where the giant anatomical heart is,
Yeah.
very removed from everywhere, right?
Oh,
There is a
okay, so it's not
specific path.
near.
There's a
Oh.
specific path that leads up to this, and otherwise it's
Yeah.
in the forest, right? This
Yeah.
car was deposited pretty much right where that path ends and begins to circle around the heart, and then they turned around and walked back to the Revelia proper.
Oh, that's sus as hell. Pause, stop, think about, like, I think she gets halfway there. She's not the smartest, right? But she's used to getting fucked over. So she's gonna pause, she's gonna think about it, and I think conveniently cut to let everybody finish their bit here before she waves over, like, please follow me. This is probably gonna be violent, you know?
Yeah, Eugene is just casting prestidigitation on Gil and May to clean them up.
That is some magic you've got.
Well,
Fog would have followed Calamity, so because he doesn't need cleaned.
thanks. He,
Not that he would have cared.
I mean, she's also on him still, right?
She wiggled out,
Gil-
unfortunately.
Oh, she did. Okay.
You just see Gil take, like, just let out the biggest sigh. And he's just, like, patting his clean clothes.
yeah,
so
it's,
happy.
it's really nice for out in the field. That was actually one of the first things I learned how to do was, light fires, clean windows, open doors, which is fun, during...
You needed training to open doors?
No, with magic. I have hands, Splinter.
Doors can be very difficult for D&D party members to open, alright?
So one of the first things you learned to do with your magic was chores?
Well, yeah, that was my job at the monastery.
Servant work.
I mean...
Okay, well,
Riley, are you okay?
Yes, hello?
Okay, I
just felt like you
I thought you just died, and I was like, oh no, Riley.
Yeah. I will say my internet has been real spotty.
It's alright.
It's not looking... It's going into the red and then going up to the green again and then back. It's twitching a lot right now.
Yeah, when Splinter says servant work, Eugene just kind of looks at her and goes, well, yeah, I mean, I had to earn my place.
It's like she's still looking at him, not judgmentally when she says servant work. Like she looks perplexed, and then he explains that, and her eyes like ease up a little bit. She's like, "Oh, yeah, okay."
You want some of the clean you spell?
I'm... And I walk away.
Wave.
I guess if we can do it while we're moving, because it looks like we're moving again.
Yeah, sure.
As
Hey, Eugene, what's the name of that spell? And
Uh,
you see Gil take out like a pen and paper.
I just call it the cleanie spell.
Okay. He writes that down. The cleanie spell.
Oh, Gil.
Yeah, see, I never actually learned the names of the spells I can do. It's just spells. I just know them. Or I guess we know them. We know them. We know them.
We don't have time for an identity crisis right now, Eugene. We have to go.
I figured.
Later, though.
The
I'll
voice
help
of
you
reason?
talking. Note this time and date.
I'm so sorry. I just
For the first time in
sounded
this
too,
campaign, May was the voice of reason. Later, though, Eugene, I'll help you through it.
Oh.
As this conversation is happening, the Revelia is slowly getting darker.
It hasn't. Wait. It hasn't done that since we got here, right?
It has always been the same brightness.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
big PP.
What's the moon doing? Is the moon doing something?
Yeah, so when you look up to the moon, like an eye slowly closing for sleep, you can see it slowly getting covered in darkness.
No. Oh,
Okay.
no.
Like, check that last session too, and it hadn't done anything yet, so HECKNA's just getting more angry now.
I look at Calamity.
So, Calamity,
moon.
you've been here a while,
Oh, boy, have I!
and with all of your memories back,
Oh,
you've been here a
boy!
long while.
Oh, boy, have I!
You could, like, it's happened so rarely, you think that if you were to use both hands, you could count the amount of times this has happened. You know that it is not HECKNA being angry. From conversations of others, this is HECKNA getting a very rare, once in a while rest. He is currently sleeping.
Oh my god, nervous giggles, but then they turn very, like, uncomfortably feral. It's... Fog is rubbing off on her, one. Two... It's a weird sense of, like, excitement, I think. Very, like, when the cat's away, mice will play sort of energy right now, as she's sort of, like, waiting. Now she's, like, bouncing on her heels. Like, she's ready to fucking go.
You start to hear distant screams. Now, every once in a while you heard that in the Revelia as is, but you hear it a bit more often than usual, because you're not the only one who has, when the cat's away, the mice will play mentality.
Oh, is it the fucking clowns?
Calamity, what's going on?
So, Eugene, what happens is there's a cycle. The moon goes through cycles, and sometimes
Has
it's a
it
full
ever-
moon, and
I don't think the
sometimes-
moon closes,
That's
though.
kind of true.
Mayworth.
It's never really this fast, though, and it's never happened while we were here.
We don't
Is this...
have all the time in the world for this. He's sleeping.
I was gonna say, let's let the one who's
He
been here.
sleeps?
Do you want to go
Not
sleep?
often. I can count it on my little thing. And she starts doing it, like, for emphasis, because she's at this point, we're hitting, like, uncomfortably feral, like you've seen before, when she gets either too hateful or, like, too into something, like that weird mix. Right? It's uncomfortable. The energy in the studio is bad.
We really need to
And then
talk
it's-
about
Sleeping.
maybe someone can recommend some sleep tips for him. I feel like more than 10 times he should be sleeping.
You know,
Oh,
As
we need to go,
good-
we need to go.
as good as that would be, that's we should probably yeah. And she moves and turns to go follow Calamity. She's still dripping wet though because she
Oh,
never got
also-
Eugene to change her.
What of Arachnes? People left this here, so it's very likely this could be nothing, or it could be really bad. We'll see.
Splinter was taking a step, and then stops suddenly and she gives Calamity a look. Like, obviously, the displeased look that she's giving is not at Calamity herself, but she's remembering her first encounter with one of these guys. So,
Oh, well, yeah. And then we're gonna, before we try to look and see what's in the car, because we're gonna do a full fucking inspection, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're turning around and just seeing if he's still there. Is he still there? Are they still there?
You make a perception check.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh, no.
Splender's gonna look around, too, because she
Okay,
doesn't
go ahead
trust
and make a
this thing.
perception.
May's gonna look around, but she's not looking for anything.
Yay.
Make a perception with disadvantage.
Okay.
I want May to find him. I want May to find him. Oh, so bad.
Sorry, I lost
give me a
perception. Give me a second.
Jessica, would it be reasonable, since Fog can see 3 people are looking around for something, that Fog would pick up on, like, he should be looking for something?
Yeah, absolutely. Make a perception.
Okay.
I think Gil is cleaning under his nails.
11.
Yeah, I got a nat 1.
Nice.
Oh no.
Damn
So-
it! It's disadvantage. No, I really wanted May to be the one.
So with 4, that's 6.
Okay.
I had to step away for 2 seconds. What are you rolling?
Everybody's been rolling perception except for
May.
Gilbert. May did it with disadvantage because they didn't know what they were looking for. They just started
Yeah.
looking because everybody else was.
Okay.
Splendor goes
Gil
to look
doesn't
and
know either.
some of Splendor's wet hair falls in her eye. She sees nothing.
So I assume I don't see
Could
him.
I?
Hold on. Gil, what were you saying?
I was gonna ask if I could make my way over to the car and investigate it.
Absolutely. Give me just a
Especially
second.
since-
Eugene, did you want to do your perception as well?
Working on it, Captain.
Okay. And then Gil, yeah, while you're investigating the car, go ahead and make me an investigation check. I'm sorry, Adrian. You're getting spiders.
Jesus Christ, 8.
I was about to ask if I could assist because Calamity originally was going
yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, so Gil, go ahead and roll it with advantage.
Oh, thank God. Much
16.
better.
Go over there.
20 total.
Adrian, you're not my real dad. With a 20 total, you investigate the car and you see that your ride is already paid for.
I got a 21 perception.
Oh, no! Oh, well, guess this is happening.
Okay, and then Jim, what'd you say you got?
21.
A 21
Hey.
perception. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with what May sees, and I'm going to work my way up to what Jim sees.
Dope sauce.
Working my way.
Sorry.
Making
So-
my way downtown.
May,
Yes.
you did not have even an inkling of what you were looking for, so you were just looking around. And something does catch your eye, and that is down the path in the Revelia proper, people are starting to get attacked. And you see like some people just running and then being chased by like you see one person looks in like fairly normal clothes, not very Revelia looking, just running for their life, and then like behind him with long almost like moonwalking strides where like they're in the air just a little bit too long. Hard. Just casual smile as if they're out for a jog, just keeping pace with them, and then suddenly take up speed and just catch them in a moment. Like watching a snake strike, they're just picked up and then the person jumps into the air and they're gone.
I turn to Eugene and I'm like, does that spell fix P?
Eugene's brows knit together like, oh no.
And I point down. People are not doing well.
Yeah, no, we're leaving. We're going. Goodbye.
And then for the rest of you who all pretty much collectively failed, you're seeing very similar, but you're also seeing that the veneer that covers the Revelia, the like thin layer of this place isn't a shithole, has peeled. You can actually see parts of the Revelia that look broken down. You can see paint peeled away. You can see holes in tents that you didn't see previously. Some of the tents look much more like just dirty and kind of really shitty than previous. It seems like part of the Revelia's veneer is held up by HECKNA himself, and while he's sleeping, it's gone. But like I said, you also see people getting attacked. You watch that one person get abducted, like May did. You also see another person, a tiefling with one leg shorter than the other. He's completely surrounded by clowns and just laughing. He's wearing carnival clothes, but not the Revelia's carnival. You see another person who is being chased down by a group of clowns, and the clowns just pick him up and just run off with him. They don't even attack him. They literally just lift him into the air and, like, doing the, oh, he's a hero carry. Just carry him out.
Okay, well... Oh, sorry.
It is a little bit of chaos. A lot of it doesn't seem to be direct violence, though. Like, you don't see people, like, fighting.
Does it look like celebratory?
It's weird. Yes and no. In that it's
Jess.
Like a cracked
yes.
sense of like happiness?
Yeah, Jask, what do my rough and tumble fighty senses, are they tingling? What am I getting here? What's the vibe?
The vibe that you're getting is more of this is a rare treat to just kind of do. Where most of the time, certain actions have to be taken under the veneer, right? The masquerade, for those that are familiar with VTM.
Yeah.
Because HECKNA enforces it, HECKNA is asleep. So these people can do whatever they want to do. Something tells you that there's going to be quite a few more clowns here soon. A lot more fresh ones.
Okay.
And we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking.
Wait,
Why don't we get in the moving car?
I don't... Calamity, do you see any... Eugene, can you get this out of my hair?
Also, Jask, what do I see?
Yes, with your high check, you notice that as you look up into the air, you're seeing acrobats flying through the air, and their hands empty. They're just doing jumps and spins and such. And you're like squinting because like it's, while kind of in the spirit of the Revelia, it just seems off. And while squinting, a explosion happens, and you see a glinting strand following behind one connect to a huge mass above the Revelia.
So about that pee stain, can we
Eugene just he presses the dig, and it's gone.
wonderful.
Okay, so we're probably going to see the wonderful, the one, the only, my sir. Keep close, keep eyes on each other at all times, okay?
Calamity, what should we do?
Should we
Keep
take
eyes
the
on
car?
each other at all time. Well, we might have to because of the clowns. You guys aren't fan favorites right now, and if they see you walking around, you're gonna be hot targets.
Are we going back to the hostel, or where are we going?
Absolutely not. Probably. Let's go. And she will get in.
Yeah, May has already climbed into the back seat.
Okay.
Splendor is...
Taking the piss.
Splendor is still sopping wet. She just, with frustration, rakes her hair back out of her eyes, and she sort of adjusts it under her laurel circlet, and it goes to take a look at the car, see what's going on, maybe.
Babe, he would have pressed the dig.
You didn't say that he did.
I said we'd do it while we were walking. You've been prested. Your dig has been prested.
Okay, well, she's gonna do the same motion, but a lot less soggy.
The same, but not.
Oh,
He's not
and
looking excited to get in this thing. He's doing that thing of like, I want to get in, but I don't want to get in.
come on, buddy,
next to
we
me,
gotta.
next to me.
Yeah, come on. And Splender's gonna go like on the other side to kind of coax him in if she needs to.
It's mystery car or death clowns. I know what I'm choosing.
It is with reluctance Fog gets in the car.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I know where we're going, probably.
As soon as everyone's in the car does not accept any kind of command to a specific place. It just starts driving.
Ooh, how do I look? How do I look? How do I... she starts fidgeting to fix the strings, fix her hair.
Calamity, where are we going? This doesn't seem like the way that we came, but
Oh, it's not!
As it drives, you drive past a merry-go-round. You can see a marionette in the middle of this merry-go-round. They appear to be attached to the merry-go-round itself, and there's a calliope in front of them. They are constantly playing. You realize that the carnival music you've been hearing this entire time has been them playing the songs for the merry-go-round. You go past it as this looming massive tent, which by now you all are familiar with, the big top. It starts to come more and more into view. And you can see that a vast majority of the acrobats that have been running around come from this tent. Eugene, you, from the very brief glimpse you saw of the massive web formed above, this is the middle of the web.
Eugene, I'm gonna need you to make me clean like the other one. Well, maybe not. Maybe. How do I smell?
Eugene just presses the ditch, like he doesn't even.
The feathers ruffle and then she calms herself.
And you see the Genesis eye is just like looking around at all this shit.
As it starts to approach the tent, it suddenly takes a sharp left. Like I'm gonna say, Fog being the biggest creature and therefore the most out of this car, make me a dexterity save.
oh no.
Not the boy.
Can he be offered some assistance to not fall out?
Yeah, I'm using my
I'm
what's it
using the
fucking
one
called?
inspiration I know I have. I just rolled in that one.
Oh!
Oh boy.
My second roll did not do better, but it was not an out one.
This is a sudden, very sharp left. If you have a passive perception of 14 or higher, 15 or higher, I'll allow you to give Fog assistance.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Does anybody have a passive perception of 15 or higher?
I do not.
So you said 15 or higher?
Yes.
I am one off. Fuck your couch.
I know.
Fuck your couch, Jask.
I'm at a 14 too. That sucks.
Okay. Yeah, Fog, what did you get?
I rolled an 8.
That is the
Okay.
big piss. That is the biggest piss. Fuck.
You are
Shit.
just past the merry-go-round, and it's becoming like, it looks so obvious because there's almost no other thing that this car could be going towards now as it's approaching the big top, and then suddenly, like 90-degree turn on a dime, it just launches Fog out and veers off in a different direction.
Oh!
Somewhere else. Fog, you're going to take 2 bludgeoning damage as you're just launched from this vehicle bodily.
my gosh.
Roll a little bit, but you're a dexterous creature. You can recover fast, and you can attempt to run down this vehicle as it's trying to regain speed after its turn.
Like a dog after
Did
the
May,
mail truck.
Yeah, Fog.
did May
Fog
notice
would.
this?
Yeah, May can definitely have noticed this. Fog
Okay.
is very hard to miss.
I would like to like take off my sash from my waist and lean out the window and like throw my sash like as a rope to try to help.
Good, that's good.
Yeah.
You're getting in the spirit. You're getting in the spirit.
Splender's gonna like just reach over. She sees Fog just get ripped off, tumble out, and she's looking past, and she turns back around, and Mayworth is hanging over the side, so she leans over to grab onto May, so at least she won't fall off.
So as Fog tumbled out, and as Jasket said, very dexterous creature, so he makes a quick recovery. I would say that Fog would get on all fours and start following after that vehicle. He cares not for anything in his path.
May is gonna yell out to Fog, "You've got this! I believe in you! You can do it!" And like give Bardic inspiration real quick.
Amazing. I was so hoping something horrible was gonna happen. I was so happy you got flung from this vehicle.
Oh my gosh!
What?
This is what happens when you keep the dog on the roof. We've discussed this.
Oh, it's fine.
It's more that there's no roof on this vehicle.
Yeah, it's just like bar.
Are there even windows?
No.
Like, could you just, because I've gotten so many different visuals of this thing, can you explain again, like, what this, what this thing looks like?
It would take me a minute to refine the description of it, but essentially, from what I remember, I think the bigger ones are the big. It looks like a clown's honk horn, and you like sit in the middle of the device itself. Actually, it's literally right here. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, yeah. Big honkers are shaped like large bicycle horns with a circular area that can seat up to 4 medium creatures. I've increased it because your party is big.
Okay. So it's like a canoe, basically, but shaped like a horn.
Kinda.
Okay. I was getting way too many, like, visuals of it, and I'm like, how did he fall out if there's a window?
And the circular area that you sit in, it makes it so that it's not even like you guys sit facing all one direction. It's like a carnival ride, like the ones that you sit in and it floats down something, where you're all facing each other.
Gotcha. So May is just like all that Splendor sees is like May's legs kicking in the air.
Like no, May, just stop wiggling.
While this is happening, Calamity's like searching through her hammer space like a queen on a first date. Looking for her like acrobat mask. Fuck, I gave it to Gilbert. Oh, not Gilbert, not you.
Gideon?
Did Calamity just say the fuck word?
Yeah.
Calamity did a curse.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Eugene just like looks at Calamity, just looking at her.
What is your movement speed?
50 feet.
50 feet? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if you dash, that's 100.
Yep.
Can't you also use key points as well or something?
Yes, they could use key to also dash as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Fog, go ahead and make me an athletics check with advantage.
Step of the fog.
Go, boy, go!
You can also add a 1d6 to your roll.
It's time for big PP plays.
Yeah,
Fog.
that's my inspiration is a 1d6.
Jaska, again, what was I rolling for? Athletics?
Athletics, yes.
Okay.
As you attempt to catch this vehicle while it's slightly slowed down from its turn. Now, mind you, by slightly slowed down, I mean like if this vehicle is going like 65 miles per hour, it's currently 55 miles per hour. It did not slow down fast for the turn, or much for the turn.
You said Fog had advantage with that, right?
Yes.
Go
And also
Fog.
D6 from May.
Go Fog. Go. Go Fog. Go. Run real fast.
First roll 11. Eight for the next, but then I get 1d6 from Bardic
You add your
Inspiration.
D6 and don't forget to add your athletics itself. Yes.
Yeah, no, that was with the athletics itself.
Oh
Use
no.
your glutes, Fog. Use them glutes.
I got a 2 from the Bardic Inspiration, so
Piss.
I mean, of all the people to be on
13 was
foot,
the highest.
he's probably the safest.
It was going to be a DC 12 because you're only barely slower than this vehicle. So with May's impromptu rope flopping out of the vehicle, whipping around in the wind, you are able to catch onto that rope and use it to help pull yourself to the vehicle while like barely keeping foot enough to not just eat shit and be dragged behind this vehicle. Like, you are barely not taking a bunch of damage and a lot of road rash.
Okay, come on, get him up! Anybody grab him?
You do, with the help of the others, get back into the vehicle as it starts to take more sharp turns. This time you all are a little bit more prepared. You were not bodily prepared for such sharp turns, even though these normally do, because you thought for sure you were going to the big top. But,
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I like to think that Fog was climbing up. You know how dogs climb up without really worrying about personal space or
Yeah,
injuring
absolutely.
someone?
Do we have to roll for collateral damage?
Just a big old beast clamoring his way up here. No sense of personal space and just holding on for dear life.
Yeah, who does Fog squish when he finally lands in the car?
I would imagine Calamity. Just climbs right into Calamity's lap.
I mean, she is the safe space.
Shivering.
Just all the whines and shakes as possible.
Okay. I know.
Does it look like we're getting close to wherever it is that we're going? I don't know how much more.
The vehicle takes a sharp turn to avoid a tent that looks like it had recently been put up, because it's currently in a well-worn path. Turns again, and this time just runs through a tent. As you are finally getting rid of the cloth that has draped over your group, very cartoonishly.
Very Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, very Scooby-Doo. The car comes to a screeching halt, leaving like cartoonish skid marks on dirt.
Like Zoinks, Fog!
And ahead of you is the flop house.
Oh no.
Standing outside the flop house. The flop house casino.
Oh, okay.
Standing outside of the flop house is a surprisingly attractive man. Arms just crossed. And I will, in the VC text, go ahead and send this.
It's the boy.
I like that it's surprisingly attractive.
I mean, look at that image.
Calamity's
Wow.
doing the like, I don't go here. She's kind of like turned her head to the side as if she's like looking out at the pretty scenery that's happening. Except everything's shit, so it's very clearly not that, right?
Yeah. Next to the man on either side are two people. One is very, very femme presenting. The other one, they are gender.
They're gender.
Dressed in black and gold, just ribbon dancing, as if to like bring attention to him. Though definitely not ribbon dancing to bring attention to themselves. The way they move, it's very direct energy to him.
Okay! And then she'll get out.
May, having already been halfway out of this car, just completes the fall.
Splendor lets her go at that point because she goes to kind of fall off the other side and try not to puke.
May stands up and like dusts herself off and looks in the pocket to make sure Fettuccine's okay.
For the people on stream, that is the man.
Oh, thank you.
You guys can't see. Go ahead.
And then she notices this person and like does that thing where she's like, oh, and makes sure that tries to rearrange herself.
You guys can't see what I named the scene in OBS, but I named the scene Bitch Ass Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, but Vichy.
Jim, take inspiration.
Yes, thank you.
Jask, do we recognize any of the acrobats or this man? Do we know who this is?
Right
or
now,
any of his...
you only see, if you're including him, 3 acrobats in total. The 2 ribbon dancers and himself. You do not recognize either of the ribbon dancers,
Oh god.
they're
Oh.
usually actually in the big top. Calamity, you recognize these ribbon dancers. They follow him whenever he goes out. They literally, they're just his hype crowd.
Right. So I mean, I probably know them pretty well, honestly.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Calamity's probably been there. But, like, in the back, you know, because she doesn't match the aesthetic as well. It's a whole thing,
Yeah.
you know? Just to make sure people appreciate him enough when he's leaving.
Yep.
It's important. We look to the group for a second, and then we look to him. What is his expression? What does it
Just
look like?
A calm, kind of like half smile, eyes locked onto you. The rest of the group does not seem to exist.
Oh, I'm
Just-
in danger.
Just a small, dainty hand, like palm up, pointing one finger at you, and then curls it in a come here motion.
Yep, with
Oh, I don't like him.
a singular pause. It is like the strings are being pulled. Except this time there's a bit of like, you know, again, she looks back at the group like, is this okay? But she goes anyways.
Splendor is just now starting to get up to her feet when she sees Calamity moving. She he frowns like she's actually seeing the spider guy for the first time. And does it look like Calamity is struggling at all, or putting up obvious resistance?
She's confused and conflicted in the eyes, I'd say. I'd say you guys have been around Calamity enough to know. Unfortunately, so is he. But that's the expression. Once she turns to him, she tries to, you know, give her all into coming to him. So she starts off with that little unsure walk, and then it becomes sort of this jog and almost a run to him.
Yeah, Splendor is going to straighten up and start to take steps after Calamity.
As Splendor starts to take steps after Calamity, the other hand points to Calamity and does like a finger, or not Calamity, to Splendor, does a finger waggle. Just a very, oh no, not you.
She actually does stop for a second when he does that, and shuffles like she just ran into an invisible barrier.
Oh.
She shifts on her feet, and she's looking at him warily. Assuming that she stepped ahead of the others, Gil, at least, will recognize this stance because this is what she looked like coming out of the tent. She is very tense and extremely wary.
But yeah, we're running to him like it's a shitty rom-com.
Coldplay plays in the
May-
background.
Yeah.
Maya understood that assignment.
Bless you, May. You're the glue that keeps this group together.
And I have been stalling because I did not think about what I wanted his voice and personality to be like, and I am so sorry for what it has become.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Because of the directions given in this, I've decided I'm gonna have some fun with this.
Oh gosh.
So as Calamity gets within like arm's reach of him, he just the very calm, like almost like confident sexiness of him, right? Gone immediately, big goofy grin, takes a hand out, claps on her shoulder, hey bro! Hey!
Oh my gosh! Hi!
It's been forever, man! Did you see? The moon's gone!
It is! It is! I'm so glad for you. I'm so glad for you.
I am so happy right now.
He, like, puts both of her hands onto his, like, the one that has touched her.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole song and dance, right?
Yeah. Well, I was just checking in, because, like, I mean, you're my favorite snack, so, like, what's going on? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Can we hear him?
Yeah, absolutely. He is a loud person.
Gil visibly recoils when he says that. He is disgusted by this man.
When he goes to grab Calamity, Splendor goes to take another step forward, just like automatically.
Fog is definitely showing signs of not liking this guy. Not because of his voice. He doesn't care about that. He's touching Calamity. That's the only reason. Playing on the other side of Fog is cringing to all hell.
He doesn't like mom's potential boyfriend.
Yes. He's gonna be that bratty dog of being like, no, Mom, get a new boyfriend.
Yeah, we're all the best friends that have to approve of him too. So
May runs up and curtsies.
Gil, are you paying attention to Eugene at all?
where was Eugene at? Is he like in his the view of one eye?
He'd be standing close to
I'm gonna
Gil.
say probably not.
He'd be standing. No, he'd be
Gil
standing
is
close.
recoiling.
Okay. Well, the just so you know, the Genesis eye is squinting, and Eugene's just watching intently. But Genesis looks like he doesn't give a shit.
May looks
eye
over.
is it?
May looks over and winks back.
May, as you go to approach, he goes, "Oh, whoa, now! This is an A and B conversation, bro. You need to see yourself out."
Oh my god.
Just like the stupidest like fangirl giggle from Calamity. It sounds a little forced, but like we're here.
Wow. What a douche.
I'm getting some surfer vibes from him. Surfer douche vibes. Like, this is the kind of guy I would have seen at the beaches of California.
In the notes for things he might say, there was one too many bros for me not to do this.
Could I ask something really quick?
What's up?
For Jim, which eye is it? That's the Genesis eye.
It's the right eye.
The right eye.
Yes.
So Gil, unless he's looking directly at him, he probably wouldn't really notice.
Yeah. Also, Jask, I love how he looks like Chris Angel, but talks like Tank Evans. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I did not expect that voice to come out of him.
I didn't either.
I was expecting something like.
I didn't expect the voice to come out of me so
suave.
well.
And here we are.
Hey, you pulled a Eugene. You figured out you can do a voice by doing it.
Yeah.
May, after being rejected, has decided she is no longer interested in this person.
She was friend blocked.
That's something May takes personally.
Yeah. So he turns his attention back to Calamity, arm still firmly grasped onto her shoulder, and goes, "So, like, tell me about what you've been up to. It's been a while. We should catch up."
Oh, okay. Gee, where do I begin? I mean, you know what I do besides miss you whenever I'm gone. And she sort of spends most of this giving kind of very clever, sneaky non-answers that are mixed between just stroking this dude's ego real bad. Like the dancers are one thing, right? Calamity sounds like a parrot just sort of repeating like self-affirmations in the mirror that sound uncomfortably similar to like things you could see him saying. Like there's a few bros slipped in.
Delightful. Does Calamity tell him?
No, she's being sneaky about it. She's saying, like, at most she's saying, "Oh, same old, you know."
Yeah, she's giving politician non-answers.
Yeah, she's trying to be sneaky.
Okay.
She might even try to like introduce the others.
Yeah. Okay. So with you also stroking his ego, go ahead and make me a deception check with advantage.
Oh man. What's my deception? Oh, it's stupid. Okay. I forget Calamity likes to lie. 2 plus 5.
I think it's less that she likes to lie and more like she's had to lie.
That's fair. Shit. That didn't do it right.
It's an 18 plus 5.
Totals. 18 plus 5. I can't do math. Somebody decide what that is for me, please.
It's okay, honey. You're gay. We expect this.
Yay! That's like that's 23, isn't it?
Yes, 23.
Huh?
I was giving you time. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Good job, Beep. You did basic math. You're a 6th grader.
I am.
I love the excitement. That was, you know what, Beep, just for getting that right on the first try, inspiration.
Yay!
Oh my god, look at
Beep
Beep.
did math. Mark this down on the. Somebody clip this. Somebody clip this shit. Beep did math. I want to see the clips.
Been a episode of milestones for talk about character growth.
Now, do we
May
grow as
made
characters?
sense. Beep did math.
Are we growing as characters or as people?
Why not both?
I'm always a character.
I mean, that's fair. That's very true.
But yeah, 23. I kind of want to fail this, I will be honest, but I will let the dice speak for it. It makes sense. She's good at this. She's probably done it a lot.
You know what's better than 23?
So he just nods and like whenever you say so, like whenever you're like really laying it on thick, you just see him get lost in the sauce of that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah?
you definitely notice that's the way to handle this man.
Mm-hmm.
Just really lube up and stroke that ego.
Yeah. I will say, she's also, like, probably holding, like, his arm whenever she does that, like, little comforting rubs or whatever. Right? Like,
Yeah.
just full send. This is kind of gross to watch.
Yeah, inside Eugene's head, Genesis just says, "This guy's an asshole."
Splendor
Like, they
doesn't
need a
say
room.
anything, but she's watching. She hasn't moved after that last step since Calamity's not in immediate obvious danger, but she's watching Calamity. She's glancing to Fog because she knows he'd be the next person to pull up. And of course Mayworth is now on the radar, but at least she seems to be May. She's
Heights,
fine.
why did you have to say you looked at Fog? God damn it.
You know what?
I was waiting
Screw
for a
this guy.
word of something to do.
So Calamity does try to introduce the group, so he does actually now look at the group with like any form of recognition of your existence beyond you trying to approach and goes, "Yeah, I mean, I want to meet you all, so come on, tell me all about Calamity's friends."
May is stank facing so hard.
Yeah,
Does
Gil
it
is
look
also
like-
glaring.
He wants her to shut up? Or does it look like the group is gonna comply? What's going on here?
Well, they're just I feel like they're just standing there, and then Eugene takes a step forward, and he's like, "I mean, unless you guys want to go first."
When Calamity talks about introducing people, like Splendor was sort of square-shouldered, hunched a little bit, like, you know, she was just about to go in for something if she had to, but when that happens, she straightens up a little bit, rolls her shoulders, and forces herself to relax and starts to look a lot more approachable. Like, she even smiles a little bit. She's used to dealing with people like this.
I'd say at this point she's definitely hanging off of him if he is allowing it, right?
Yeah, there's no way he wouldn't.
Right, that's fair.
So are we allowed to move closer to this dude?
Yeah,
Is
he's
that what
now
we're
like
doing?
gesturing for you to come closer.
Okay. So we're actually like going up to him.
Yeah, and Splendor, you said you're gonna start approaching him?
Yeah, now that the coast looks clear, she's going to like straighten up, look less like she's about to beat the crap out of somebody, and just approach. And
As you get closer, he goes, "Hey, dude, do that, bruh. What would you prefer?"
Splendor's fine, or you know, whatever jives for you.
Yeah, man. So like, tell me about yourself. I like the whole. And he like gestures towards your outfit and everything.
Just he gestures towards the gold person. That's your
Yeah.
whole, like, you know, I'm kind of like born this way. Well, you know, I'm a fighter of some renown, just making a name for myself and facing creatures with supposedly greater might. And she flexes at this.
Oh, hey, you might make a good act in the big top sometime.
Oh, you
Or,
really think so?
Hey, how good are you at jumping?
She actually does smile at that. She shows her teeth, like she can't help it. She's
Yeah.
hands on her hips. She's just like she's showboating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, another pair of arms and a leotard, and you would make a great acrobat.
Her brows furrow slightly at the arms comment, but she just kind of glazes over it. Well, whatever the show calls for, usually.
I get that, man. I get it. Pound it, and he like puts up his fist.
Which fist? Is it more than one?
So he just puts up one. He just puts up his right arm, like to do a little like fist bump.
Okay, yeah. Then she's going to reciprocate.
And he does like the little, and like brings his hand back in that explosion motion. Yeah. What about you? And he motions to Gilbert, who was approaching, right?
Yeah, Gil would have walked up as well, and
Yeah.
seeing that everyone is trying to like put on the, the fake happy face, he also does that and walks up and stand probably next to Splendor, actually.
Okay. And he goes, "What about you, man? Man, woman, neither? What would you prefer?"
You can call me Gilbert or don't address me at all.
Oh, feisty. I
He's
like
still
them
smiling.
spicy. Makes a good meal.
Eugene pales.
So Gil is still smiling at this, but then he runs his tongue along his bottom lip and kind of squints his eye. Are you hitting on me?
Not yet, man. Not yet.
Oh my gosh.
Lamity is just sort of like perceiving Gilbert. I will be honest. Like it is just like she has stopped sort of doing this like almost like showboaty, not showboaty for her, right? She's taking the role these other dancers are as well. Just sort of like hyping him up by sort of looking at him being, attention drawing. But then she just sort of stares at Gilbert, just looks at him, just keeps fucking looking at him.
I want to know what that means.
Just a blank gaze behind the mask. It's hard to tell.
What's that about?
It is amazing. Oh my
Lamity, you
God.
need to communicate with your people.
I literally have tears in my eyes.
It's pretty great.
I would apologize, but this is art, and I refuse.
Don't apologize for greatness.
May has hidden behind fog.
Yeah, man. So, like, what do you do? What's like? I mean, like, what's your vibe?
Gil kind of looks down at the sword at his hip. I stab things.
I mean, like, is that it? Is the whole like knight in shining armor thing your only like thing going on? A bit of a one-trick pony.
Another fit of horrible little manic giggles. This man is the funniest person on earth, apparently.
God. I'm so torn because Gil wants to deck this guy so bad. But he's smiling.
Hey,
Do it.
hey, Gilbert,
No.
Gilbert.
No balls.
In your head, you hear Eugene's voice. I'm casting message at Gilbert. In your head, you hear Eugene's voice. Just play it cool, man. Play it cool.
Gil, never having had this happen to him except for the one time, twitches, looks at the sky, and then recognizes it as Eugene and turns like, what?
No, it's not. It's not Pelor. It's me.
It's not God!
Watching this interaction, you see like he like squints a little bit and goes, "Oh, well, I could do that too." And he looks to one of the ribbon dancers, and you watch them wince a little bit, as they are clearly having a mental conversation now.
And Eugene just like he's gonna do it one more time and just be like, the point of that is for you not to have to look at me. I mean,
Right, okay. And Gil turns back around.
Oh my.
Poor Eugene.
So much for speaky, sneaky, sneaky. That's what he calls message.
I need a character sheet with all of the spells, Eugene's version of the spells. Please and thank you.
Oh man, if I had these spells, I would actually like customize the name of them on D&D Beyond so it actually shows up. That would be wonderful.
So what does Gilbert respond to? Because like there's still not payload to Eugene. Goddamn. Splendor inspiration.
I'm sorry, I've completely lost my entire like.
Yeah, he called you a one-trick pony
I'm so sorry.
for the whole knight in shining armor thing.
Yeah, Gil would just stare at him and smile, and that's it.
Anyway.
He looks to Calamity, who just interrupted him.
Oh god, there's like
just a full second of silence from him as he just stares, blinks once in that time, and then turns back to the group. So who else? Who wants to introduce themselves, man?
Can I roll an insight check on this man?
Yeah.
Oof.
I was gonna say if Gil talked more, he wouldn't be like saying actual words at that point.
That is a natural fucking 20! What does this man eat for breakfast?
Actually, since you mention it,
Oh god.
I'm gonna give you a bit extra because this was literally just established between Calamity and I.
Oh no.
The looks that this man gives Calamity sometimes is a hunger. But the kind of hunger of... Do you know the kind of person who, like, they'll take what they think is, like, the best part of the meal, they'll cut it away from the rest, and they'll put it aside to be the last bite?
My dad does that. So yeah.
I was gonna say, you're talking about me.
I do it with all the fatty parts of meats. I cut away the fat and save it for last. But
Yep.
The way he looks at Calamity is the look of somebody who wants to eat that morsel, but is saving it for last.
Yeah, so any of you who can see Eugene, behind the eye, like on the back of his head, there's just this slither of this like snake thing like underneath his skin, and Eugene like shivers, and he just says very quietly, don't say that, I know.
Is Gil close enough to hear him like mumble that?
Maybe. You
Gil
said he
had
wasn't really
moved up a
paying
bit.
attention. Yeah.
Yeah, if he was, depending on where Eugene was in relation to him.
I think because of the amount of noise that happens in the Revelia, and the proximity to the casino itself, I'm gonna say you didn't hear Eugene say that. But seeing Eugene's mouth move, he looks at Eugene now and goes, "Hey, come on, man, come on, tell me about yourself or yourselves, man."
Eugene walks. He freezes. Just one me, thanks.
Okay.
I'm Eugene. I do much the same that Gilbert does. But I can do a little bit of magic, I guess. And he makes like a ball appear with prestidigitation and like tosses it up in the air.
That's so rad, man. I really like that for you. Bit more than the one-trick pony than this one, huh? And he points to Gil.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty good with the sword too. I think at least.
Yes. So you at least got 2 tricks, then, man. I'm sorry. I keep saying man. I didn't even ask. Is man okay for you? Like, I might eat people, but like, gender's important.
Eugene coughs. Like he's like,
Shirt, please.
yeah, it's just Eugene is fine. I guess.
They? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it's weird. It's weird. I'm still figuring it out. You know.
No, I mean, like it can be hard to figure out, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Man
You
is
see him
fine.
like scrunch his face a little bit because he just realized he messed up. Calamity, you know that of all the things in the circus, this is one thing that like even Heckna is like you don't joke about this.
Right.
Man is fine. You're fine. Primarily male. Yeah. Big man.
Okay. I'll try to still use they because like it's important for you to feel comfortable.
Sometimes. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm still
At least
feeling it
until
out.
I start eating you. And he like laughs.
Calamity will join in with
Makes
the
it
giggles.
really hard to tell if that was a joke.
Eugene's face twitches. Like there's.
I was
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as he says that, like Splendor laughs along with him, but she widens her stance so that she is purposely just in his line of view between Arachne and Eugene. But she's belly laughing right along with him.
Yeah, Eugene just goes like he looks like there's this brief. I'm talking like imperceptible flash of anger, and then he just starts to laugh. You can't eat my house, man.
Leave my house.
I'm just thinking of the "can't have shit in Detroit" meme now.
Hey man, I mean like you I think would fit real well into this circus. Like, have you ever thought about, joining the clowns?
Well, I mean,
Wait! And he stares you down a bit. All of his eyes really focusing. Up until this point, he's had a very relaxed demeanor, and he just really stares hard at you for a moment. You're the one Bab was telling me about!
I'd like to roll to shit myself, Jess. I'd like to roll to have a spasm, please.
He'll actually starts giggling at this,
Just gonna
chuckling under his breath.
All the color drains out of Eugene's face.
Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
And poor Fog's just standing here like, fuck if he knows what's going on.
Poor Fog. I cannot wait until Fog has to introduce himself.
That's a 17 all told.
Okay, I would say that you clench and you hold it together just barely.
Yeah.
It's more of the tensing of your body prevents it from coming out.
Yeah. And Eugene's just gonna say, "Oh, really? What did she say?"
Oh, I mean, like, that's not me to say. Like, you gotta ask her because, like, that's her story. So, like,
Well, it was good though, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, like, you can tell he's being very genuine about that.
Eugene is trembling. He's like, "Yeah, good. Yes, very good. Very, very good."
Do I? Is this guy actually an asshole, or is he just a weird himbo? What? Can I do a himbo check on him? I need to know if, like...
You can do a himbo check on him, and I'm giving you inspiration as well.
Oh my god.
Himbo check.
That's 16.
He's hard to read.
Okay.
Which that in of itself might be an answer.
Can we explain himbo real quick?
Yeah. So
Urban Dictionary definition for
hold on,
himbo.
let me look up.
Yeah, just get the Urban Dictionary part.
I mean, I have an entire thesis on himbos, so if you're just gonna read off a fucking Urban Dictionary.
The short answer is an attractive but unintelligent man. So think like
That's hard.
Disney's Hercules. But
if you would like the full TED Talk, visit Beep's channel afterwards.
no, you know what? We're gonna do this. Beep. Would you like to do a better description of a himbo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's fucking important. We do not misinform here. They have to be big. Well, not really. They have to be like buff, right? They have to be really fucking kind. That's so important. They have to be like the sweetest fucking puppy dog, but they have to have like rocks in their head. There is not a singular fucking thought going on in there besides, like, the most basic surface level, oh, that shirt's red. That's nice. They are so dumb, but they are so goddamn kind. Right?
So basically a German, or not a German Shepherd, a golden retriever.
Yeah, Splinter.
Yeah, you know what? No, Splender's like a herbo with a bit of spice. Right? Like, there's like a bit of, like, there's an edge there. There's, like, internal thoughts going on. Right? Like, this is a non-traditional herbo.
Well, I mean, to be fair, eventually the little DVD thing will bounce from one side of the screen to the other.
Yeah.
Hits the bottom and the top before it gets there sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Never gets the corner, though.
Okay, I'm done, though. I'm not done, but I'm gonna leave it be.
Okay. So yeah, you find that he is just really hard to read.
Interesting. He's
and then-
surprisingly attractive and weirdly hard to read. I don't like this guy.
He like just kind of like nods a bit, looking to Eugene, and goes, "Hey, pound it!" and like offers out his fist.
There is a second where it looks like Eugene can't lift his arm, and then on the Eugene side, not the Genesis side, he raises a hand and fist bumps.
Okay. It seems like with that he just dismisses you. Just visually, like he stops looking to you and now looks to those that haven't approached yet. So I believe that's only May and Fog.
Yeah.
With May hiding behind Fog.
Yeah. Well, she already tried, but it wasn't her turn yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like hopped off my unicycle and is like standing behind Fog, pretending to be interested in anything but this conversation.
Fog would just be dead set staring at Calamity, just very, very much not liking, the dog not liking Mom's new guy that she brought home.
Calamity will, like, wait for a second to see if Fog doesn't, but Fog tends to be pretty nonverbal anyways. So she just sort of looks up at him, Arachne, right? Sort of leans into him a bit as if to try and gently let him know that she would like to speak, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I got my Twitch payout.
Oh, that is Fog! He is quite the runner. You should have seen... Oh, you would have found it delightful. So there was, out of character, what are they called again? The, like, smarmy...
I've got plenty.
Vogues?
Yeah, so there was this Vogue. Oh my god, you would have... And she starts to repeat the story of Fog just fucking hunting down the Vogue. Okay. And she seems to be trying to translate it to his language to give him, what his vibe is.
Yeah. As you complete the story, Arachne looks towards Fog and goes, he, right?
Fog will shrug.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah, so, like, I guess, they were the one that made the mess. I heard about the mess. Some of my acrobats actually came by to clean up some of that.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, what about little Miss back there? I mean, sorry if that's Miss? Yeah? And he's like trying to peek past Fog without moving too much.
May is doing that thing where she shuffles to keep Fog in between him and her.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I already know your name. I saw you on the, and he like points up to the screen.
Oh my gosh. He saw the baby flop.
At this, May like peeks out and is like, "Yeah, I mean that was pretty cool."
Cool. You're really rad,
Yeah, I could say.
bro. You have my attention every time you're up there. You're killing it. You're killing it.
May is full blushing at this point and kind of like slowly steps out from behind Fog and like does a little like bob of things.
The stare goes from Gilbert to May. Blank.
I feel like we're gonna have
To be clear, May isn't exactly sure what he's referring to, but a compliment's a compliment.
Right. Calamity.
Mm-hmm.
You in particular, you can go ahead and roll me an insight towards this interaction.
Right. Oh no. I'm not good at insight.
One more thing, when Calamity stares at May kind of like notices and looks up and like smiles and waves like, "Oh hey!"
Can Splendor also insight this, because she's not quite close enough to do the shimmy between May that she did with Eugene.
Yeah, you can go ahead and insight.
Oh shit. That's a 20.
Okay.
I guess she just
Calamity.
really knows Arachne.
Yeah.
Calamity. You know that Arachne is really good at spotting people who would be good in the Revelia. And that's when he tends to like schmooze up to them.
Right.
And he has the tendency to be a little spicy towards those who he think would be more antagonistic towards the Revelia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he was with Gilbert, who was violently against everything about the Revelia.
What do you mean?
This
What
makes
was that hoot?
I'm really glad that that's set up in the lore, because that makes Calamity's original job make a lot more sense very uncomfortably. Shit. Damn.
It's not actually in the original lore. It says nothing about
okay.
that. I added that myself.
I mean, it works.
Yeah.
We're not gonna interrupt this, but we're gonna. Well, obviously we can't in our physical position right now.
Yeah.
He knows me too well.
Splendor, you said you were going insight as well?
Yes, I got an 18 on that.
Okay. You know that, like, while being kind of genuine, they're laying it on a little thick. You've seen people perform. You know it.
Yeah.
So, May, just... You said you're, like, blushing and, like, getting...
Yeah, like a little bit, like, I'm a little bit like, oh my god, someone noticed me.
We always notice you, May.
Bruh, you've been on that screen, like, what, 4 times now? And every time an absolute delight.
Full giggles. Full giggles from May. Like, oh my well, you know. And it's like, okay, and this is fettuccine, and I like open up my pocket a little bit.
Instant actual adoration on his face. Like, you see color come to his cheeks, big goofy grin, like teeth showing, and he actually takes a few steps forward before remembering that he has somebody attached to his arm. Like, just kind of half drags Calamity from the suddenness of the steps.
Yeah.
And goes, bruh, that is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. A snake named Fettuccine? I love that.
May is fully invested in forming a friendship with this person. has pulled out Fettuccine. He's like, "Isn't he the cutest little baby?" And he
He
just
is a delight. Hold on. You know what he needs? And he reaches down and just starts taking off his belt.
Oh,
maybe we should have
When he takes off the belt, all it seems to do is like it's very clear that the belt was not holding up his pants. It was just a fashion item.
Oh, okay. Whew. Okay. Yeah, we are about boundaries here.
Yeah, boundaries are important unless I'm eating you.
Another fit of stupid giggles.
May laughs along. She thinks she missed the joke somehow. She's like, yes.
And he offers the belt out.
What cute? I mean, it might be a little big, but let's go. I mean, Fettuccine has gained some weight since being here, so or since I've met him at least.
Yes, it is an important time to bring up the fact that Fettuccine is fat. Like, Fettuccine has gained weight, and this is a very round snake.
are we talking like Japanese cryptid snake levels of round?
Yes. It is wider around than it is long at this point. It
More
has
of a frog shape.
Yes, more frog than snake now. It has subsisted literally entirely on candy and cake.
Oh, but we love.
You have not fed it a single actual meal.
He's happy this way.
That snake probably has diabetes.
Adrenaline says so. More ravioli than fettuccine now.
Yeah, more ravioli than fettuccine.
Beautiful.
What a cute little accessory. And I
Lovely.
buckle the belt around Fettuccine.
You buckle the belt around the fettuccine and you watch as it shrinks down to fit fettuccine.
Well, that's clever.
And slowly, near to Fettuccine's like quote unquote neck area where it starts to slender down to the head, you watch arms grow out.
He's so powerful.
Well, that's new.
And Arachne goes, yeah, see? I knew that would make him better.
So does this make him a lizard now?
Whoa, you're blowing my mind right now. I didn't even think about that.
Splendor just looks a little bit smug and shrugs, humble bragging.
Are you like a philosopher?
No, I am not. And she just smiles.
Whoa, you could be.
Could I? I'm better at acting than thinking anyway. There's
Yeah,
better
I was
people
gonna
for that.
say you'd make a better acrobat. Do you want to be an acrobat?
I'm already kind of an acrobat, you know.
Yeah, but like,
I jumped off a flagpole and landed on my feet, you know.
Do you want to join the web?
Calamity's eyes get a little wide under the mask, but she immediately goes back to focusing on him.
Since she's kind of tangled up against Arachne, does Splendor notice that?
Give me evens or odds. We're gonna see what side Calamity and Splendor are on. If they're on the same side of Arachne or on opposites.
Evens.
Okay. You're on the opposite side of him, so you do not see it.
Okay. I will say, with her general vibe so far, she still is a little bit cautious of this guy,
Yeah.
regardless of Calamity's attachments. But it's like, the web. What's that entail? Is that your domain around here? You know?
It's my little troop. Like, if you've seen any of the people jumping around, or like these two, I mean, technically, Calamity, you're a little bit part of the web.
Splendor's gonna like lean over slightly so she can see Calamity.
How big is this
I
web?
am yours.
How big is this web?
Well, like it's got a lot of members. I never stopped to count them. but we're always looking to get more recruits, and like Splendor, you would make an excellent member. You even get to get more arms.
Gosh, I don't know what I would do with more. I can already do so much with the ones I've got, you know.
Think of how quickly you could do your hair.
Yeah, you know, I've got help for that sometimes.
True, I can help you.
What's that?
God damn it, May.
Anyway. I can hear it, Beef. It's okay. But that's a generous offer. You know, I'm still scoping out the Revelia. I'll be here forever, after all. Got some time to think about it, right?
Until something eats you.
I'd like to see him try.
Well, all the more reason to join the web.
It's very tempting. I'll take it under consideration. How do I reach you?
Just talk to any of the acrobats around. They're always around.
I see. Just kind of.
Yeah. I mean, like, whatever you want to do to get their attention, you can probably get it.
I'll keep that in mind then. That's convenient. She holds out a fist.
Yeah, and he again, like, does the fist bump and goes, yeah, pound it! And does the explosion thing, and...
She was just following suit the first time. This time, she's, like, nailed it.
Yeah.
May joins in just the explosion part. Holds up both her hands and is like, pew.
With that, he turns his attention back to May and goes, yeah, and, like, you would make a great performer, too. Like, you're already there. You already perform... I mean, like, people know you around here already.
Now remember, Mayworth and I don't know if this one was widely shown on that thing, but we're kind of a group act.
Are you? Yeah. I mean, like, May, are you
goes to
join the web?
She goes to actually put an arm around May.
Well, hold on. So, yeah, it's me, it's Splendor, and it's Fettuccine. So, hold on. And we do that thing where we, like, huddle.
Yeah. When you go to huddle, right, Fettuccine actually goes to huddle too. Now their arms are still really small, so like, oh my gosh, he one hand is grasping, like holding on for dear life to a piece of cloth from your shoulder, and the other arm is like grasping onto whatever cloth might be hanging off of Splendor, and like it's hanging in between you two.
Oh my gosh! And so I'm gonna whisper to the group, and I'm going to use my speak with animals onto Fettuccine, and I'm going to be like, what do you think?
We will say... Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just like a quick addendum. While they're huddling, Calamity has gone back to just sort of like, if he's looking for something to do or to distract himself, she's gone back to stroking his ego.
He absolutely seemed like he was going to listen in on the conversation, but like immediately lost interest when you started stroking his ego again.
Spider-Man.
Like thinks for a moment and goes, "Well, it sounds safe."
Well, then I'm in. What do you think, Splendor?
Splendor did not understand Fettuccine at all, so she's still just kind of double taking at the snake, kind of hanging off of her hair. You know,
you just heard hissing as it's like one hand is holding onto a lock of your hair.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not a parcel tongue. She's just like, May, this is sort of a big deal. I think we should think about it first. Let's not be hasty, okay? Gotta be cautious. You know, it's got to be a team decision, and I'm not all in yet. Okay.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, we'll communicate that. While I have you, Fettuccine, what's it like having arms after never having arms before?
It's new. I've only had them for like a few seconds, so
I'm surprised at your dexterity and ability to grasp things, honestly. I feel like that's an advanced skill, so good job.
Just sagely nodding.
Splendor the whole time in the background. She's just, her eyebrows are so confused. She's just looking back and forth between May and the snake. Like, yeah, okay, she's lost it. Actually, I expected this, but I'll just let her have this moment.
And, May goes on to talk a little bit about maybe what cake they're gonna try next, and, and then after a while turns back to Splinter and is like, I think you have a good point. And we're a team, so if one of us isn't all the way in, then none of us are in. We'll let them know.
Yeah, that seems responsible. Okay. And she looks at Fettuccine. I'm sorry, the coughing is not Splendor, it's actually me because I'm starting to lose my voice.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, and Fettuccine, is there anything else you want me to let Splinter know?
Just a small think for a bit and just shakes their head and like lets go of Splendor's hair to like swing back to you.
Okay.
So obviously, May, you've encountered this item before, but you can go ahead and add the belt of spider strength to your character sheet and or just Fettuccine.
Amazing.
All right, well, that was awkward. What are we doing, guys?
So Arachne still is awaiting your answer.
Yeah, sorry, I had to type something in.
No, it's okay.
Unfortunately, at this time, we will have to decline, but we will consider your offer in the future. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's okay, bro. But just keep in mind, the offer only stands until it's time to eat you, and then at that point, like, it's too late. No begging.
May looks very confused. Okay.
We'll keep that in mind.
Well, I just wanted to check in with my favorite snack. I feel like
Another
I've successfully
giggle.
done that. So, I've got a little havoc to cause, a little chaos to stir, a web to keep an eye on, and a show in the big top to still run. So, like, I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, that sounds good. Hey, listen, man. Have you heard about that show over in the food court? Like, where does that stand on the getting into the big top hierarchy? What do you think of what's going on in there?
I have heard of it. The issue with the show that I can think of so far is no one remembers it. So, like, it's not very memorable then. It will never get into the big top if it's not memorable.
Yeah, that makes sense, you know.
And
Gotta make a big impression.
Exactly, you get it.
Ah, yes, I do.
Over the map.
You might be the smartest person I've ever met.
She smiles and does not look like it. Well, you know, I try. Well, we'll get back to you. And what was Calamity doing?
She did like a stupid like hand over the fake mouth of the mask and did like a mean girl giggle whenever Arachne sort of said it'll never get into the big top. But I think at some point she will sort of look for permission to let go, like very subtly, like if he's like jerked or moved himself slightly away. Let go.
Through body language, it is communicated that you are able to let go now. You are allowed.
Okay. Cool, good. She does that. Maybe just a little too quickly will meander over to Fog.
Fog is actually gonna like hug Calamity,
Oh, okay.
and he's gonna be looking at Arachne while he does it.
No beaming response from Arachne. He's still just got that like kind of smile to his face.
Oh, that's perfectly fine, because Fogg's just saying that Calamity more or less is his without saying it.
If he is getting that vibe from Fog, he is not showing it. Finally, he just kind of like nods to the group and goes, "Okay, well, it's been fun. Looking forward to seeing more of you on the big screen, brah," as he points to May and Splendor. But I gotta go. I got a jet, and he just jumps into the air, and you watch as a very thin strand connects to something up above, and he just swings away.
I wonder how he does that. There's no skyscrapers or anything. Huh.
He becomes an entire noodle. Just limp.
Splendor's gonna watch him go off, and then she's gonna sag a little bit. Like, if she's had her arm on Mayworth since their huddle, she's gonna, like, lean against Mayworth for a second, give her a pat and straighten up, and, take a look at Calamity, who was right there to think of it. Like, sort of, if Calamity is noodling, she's gonna lean over, like, hold out a hand, like, "Hey, how you holding up?"
Oh god, my mic didn't pick that up. Let me do it again. It's important.
Oh.
Just a pause, blink, and just the tiniest. Did that pick up? Please tell me that picked up.
It did, yes.
Okay, very important. We need to find the stick. We need to find the things.
We don't even know where to start, though, but seriously, how are you doing with that? It's been a little bit. I've forgotten almost being here. It's been a while.
It tends to do that around here, huh? Uh-huh.
Well, I thought... Go ahead. No, you go.
Oh, no, I was actually going, like in...
Well, don't you all need to rest? I mean, I could probably go a little bit, but I did use a lot of spells in that fight.
Oh, well, if you guys need to rest, then.
I mean, just a few minutes and I'll be good to go, and we can keep a lookout for things on the way around, Like, where do we even begin? There's only one place that I can think of, and she sort of hesitantly looks up at the flop house. So that's the last place.
Are we allowed in the flop house?
You guys are allowed in the flop house.
Okay.
The last place the stick was seen was not in the flop house.
I was just thinking when they saw Pinky last.
Right.
What was the last place it was seen? Do we know that?
It was somewhere on one of the paths. You could get back to there. You know the path that it was on.
Is there a way to, because they want to go to the hostel, right? Would I be able to, if they, actually no, let Calamity ask, would you guys be okay with, like, a slower walk to the hostel?
I mean, if it helps us keep a better eye out, I don't see why not. And,
Okay, here's a few rules. Walk fast, don't give the clowns eye contact right now. Okay?
how is it that kind of walk? And she makes a fist and smacks it against her hand.
This doesn't happen often, so everybody's gonna be doing whatever they want. Which is a really good time to look for this, because nobody's gonna tattle on us, really.
Exactly.
She's speaking underneath her voice, right? If we find it now, while he is sleepy, we're good. Like, this is the best time to find it.
How long does he usually sleep for?
Probably not long, right?
Not long at all.
Yeah, so... You guys need to live. That is my priority.
Well,
Splendor frowns a bit, but she's still got her fist against her
if
hand.
we can perhaps take a short sit down, I would be fine.
Like maybe a snack break?
Well, if time is of the essence, then maybe rest on the go, because who knows, even if he is down, he knows that he's going to be down eventually. He's probably got some kind of safeguards in place, maybe people looking out for him. We should be cautious anyway.
Huh? Oh, no, you could... Yeah! She just seems to giggle at Splendor's implication. And waves her hand. No. But, yeah, okay. Small break. Walk around. Are we good with that? Go back to
Fog will
where-
actually approach Eugene
Uh huh.
and pick him up,
Okay.
Is
and then start
Calamity still
walking next to
hugged?
Calamity.
Oh, no, okay. Because I was about to say, that's just like 2 people. I want a fog tree. Like, decorate it for Christmas, except it's just people on it.
Pick up Gil too. You'll be really shiny.
That would be another really good shirt, just fog covered in parties.
Is Splendor the star?
I think
Absolutely.
Gilbert and Splendor should fight for it.
I'll throw you, tiny man.
Throw you, tiny man.
Splendor's thigh is the size of Gil's head.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah.
Do you know how many heads I've crushed between these thighs?
No, but I'd like to.
Okay. So, are we actually taking a short rest? Can we do that
I
while
would
we're
like
walking?
to.
I certainly
Like-
would like to.
Because I don't know
Oh.
if we can like move.
If you're
in
moving
time.
at half speed, I will allow you to take a short rest. But you are painting a target on yourselves.
Yeah. I would
I might just
also.
wanna take the rest.
Otherwise, you could try and find a way, such as with Fog carrying Eugene, to try and rest while moving.
I would also like to say, in character, Splendor's rip raring to go, ready to go at it. Right now, she is less than half health, and she has not told anybody. And I don't remember what all happened, but it's left over from last session.
We would notice that she's looking
It's
like
visible,
beat
yes.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, she.
at half or less, it is visible that you are fucked up.
Yeah, no, she looks tired. She looks bad, but she's not going to say anything.
Question. Would outside the flop house, especially just because we were just talking with Arachne,
Yeah.
would this be a safe enough place to just sort of sit down and wait out that hour?
As far as you can tell, yeah. And actually, just after Arachne left, you watched 2 people wheel in some cart, or like wheel in carts, each. One has a thing that. Hold on, let me re-find the description of this actually instead of trying to like do it from memory. It's just gonna take me a small sec. If my thing would not take forever to find it.
So how's everybody feeling?
Uh,
Fed me a
how'd
lot
you
of
like-
sugar.
How'd you like Arachne?
Screaming.
I love him. Like, oh my gosh.
There was a point where I was literally pulling the Excalibur face. Like, I was sitting here grimacing, just. Ugh.
I hate how much May likes him. You know? Like, May is fully invested.
I love how
feel
much
that.
Gil hates him.
Out of character, just he reminds me of my character that I have not introduced to any roleplay yet, that I have lovingly dubbed the Frat Vamp. He is a vampire who is a frat boy, and he talks almost exactly like that. He is also a giant himbo because there is nothing up in that belfry.
Hey guys. So we're just now hitting the 2-hour mark. do we want to decide how we're taking the short rest? Take the short rest, and then we can come back with if anything happens afterwards.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I could use some tea for my throat. I'm laughing too much. I'm having a great time.
All right, guys. In the chat, we're gonna take a short, maybe 5-10 minute break, depending on how long it takes for us to do the things. And we'll be back here shortly. So thank you for all the subs. Thank you for all the follows. I just had my most profitable Twitch month, and that's gonna make the stream even better. So
And also, Galorum has redeemed hydrates and stretches and things, so we all need to take care of ourselves in the meantime.
yes.
Yeah. I'm going to make tea as well because my throat is also feeling weird.
All right, I'm gonna throw it to the BRB screen. You guys have a great time. Just talk to each other. Just get to know each other. Hug your friends. Hug your friends. Hug your bros.
God damn it, Galorum.
Why do you hate us?
Imagine having to do physical activity.
Beep, how long do you have?
So it's 7:39 for me. So math, 20 minutes maybe.
Okay.
She was
Big
so
old
young.
yeet.
Just kill her off. It'd be funny.
Hey, no, we're throwing Beep out.
Yeah.
Just get out of here.
Goodbye.
Get out of here, Beep.
We request a fresh beep.
This one's
That's the-
stale.
That's the joke, though. She's already fresh. Okay, let's go.
Fresh as hell. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Let's go. Jask?
Yeah, sorry, I was catching up to where I was at in the book.
Okay.
So yes, you guys take your rest, and at some point during your just kind of sitting there and relaxing just outside the flop house, people have started to come in and out again. It definitely looked like people just stopped when HECKNA was around. You also see that there's 2 spots nearby that are like weirdly blank, as if something had previously been there. And at about like 5 minutes into your rest, you watch as 2 carts start to get pushed back to these positions. One sign above one of the carts reads kebabs, as in kebab, but bab as in the knoll. And the other one is labeled the sweet tooth. And on kebabs, you can see it's being pushed by a very gender person. They are gender. It's very hard to tell, like, masculine, feminine. They are just very perfectly both. And you can see that they are dressed in very punk-like clothing. And they set the cart back up and, put some meat items on display. Just openly on display. Not cooled at all. They're just openly there. And then the sweet tooth gets pushed not far from it. And you can see a masculine person also dressed in punk clothes puts the cart back into its place and starts putting a bunch of candy up on display.
Hell, while they're resting, Splendor just finds a place to sit and lean back, and it looks like she actually dozes off for a bit. And by the time she gets back up, she's looking a lot better. She's looking a lot more chipper. She hears the carts roll in, and is just kind of, passively watching as they set the stuff up. Does it look like we've seen these people around before, or working with the other places that we've been?
You haven't seen these people before, but you recognize the items. They are literally just selling the items you can get from Bab's Meadery and the candy store.
I'm going to approach the Babs cart.
Okay.
You're just gonna walk up and go like, "Hey, so are you affiliated with Babs at all?"
Yeah, I am, and they offer their hand out to you.
Do they look not sus?
Yeah, they just look cheery. I mean, like the punk clothing you've seen before. You've seen the vampires around the Revelia.
Mm-hmm.
They almost all wear this kind of clothing.
Yeah, nobody can dress anarcho-punk and be cheery. Insight check.
Okay.
That's a 17, boss man. What's the vibe?
They seem to genuinely be having a good time right now.
Eugene shakes their hand.
Okay. Name's Jenny Sweetmeats.
Is that a family name?
They think about it for a while and go, I don't know. Honestly. Don't know my family.
So your last name's just Sweetmeats.
Yeah.
Now, was that before or after you started selling meat for Babs?
Before, yeah.
How serendipitous. Okay.
I like that word.
Are you okay? Like with this? And he like gestures around to the semi chaos.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's gonna get me lots of customers.
Uh-huh. And did Babs send you here?
Well, yeah, I'm normally here. I got out of the way for HECKNA. You don't want to be in his way.
Eugene squints at them a little bit. This is the agender person, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Eugene just squints at them, and he's gonna be like, "So you're not a fan?"
Oh no, I like HECKNA. You just don't be in their way when they're trying to do something. You get me?
Is Eugene just kind of lingering over there? Jim?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if he hangs over there long enough, like Splender's gotten up, she's stretching, she's looking around, she's gonna like amble over to go stand by Eugene, just nearby, see what's going on.
Eugene puts down a number of, let's say, 4 tickets, and he's like, what meat things you got?
Well, and give me just a sec, because I just realized it doesn't have the pricing in this part of the book. I have to go all the way back to the first book.
What the heck?
I'll give you a second. Hey Eugene, what you doing?
Just, talking.
It's like she looks down to his tickets that he's holding in his hand. You're gonna, get. She like lifts her chin towards the card, like you're gonna get a little bit of. Are you sure?
I am gathering information, Splendiferous.
She was going to say something, and he says splendiferous, like she stops. And you can see she's trying to process this, trying it on, seeing how it feels. Just kind of bobbing her head a little bit, like, splendiferous, huh?
It's called a coping mechanism. We all have them. Mine is pretending like everything is okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. And she turns and she goes.
So, after your little conversation, which Jenny had been waiting for patiently to be done, they then perk up when you look back to them and go, okay, so, you're Eugene, right?
Did I tell them my name?
No.
Eugene, like, squints. Yes?
So you get a discount.
Why?
They look a little baffled.
Just take the discount, Eugene.
As they look around like this answer should be obvious. Well, you're going on a date with Bab, right?
In the distance, Splendor like puts a fist against her mouth and she turns away.
Yeah, that's a thing that's happening. Yes.
Yeah. So you get a discount. If you're looking for the most expensive thing, if you want to throw in one more red ticket, I can get you that.
What is that?
It's deep fried Crunch-a-Munch. It's got like an intense umami flavor.
Uh-huh. Eugene puts down one more red ticket. So, what about a little information, if you know what I mean?
They blink a few times and goes, oh, information. You said that really weird. Yeah.
It's called being smooth.
Sure.
Right now, 5. 5 are on the table right now. So did you see anything weird?
Now that's a complicated question, Eugene. Because, so I know you're fresh to Revelia. So, a lot of things around here I know are going to be weird.
Well, no, but like, especially out of the ordinary for right now, I mean.
Well, I mean, there's that. They gestured up to the moon, or lack thereof.
Fair enough. You know,
Not
I'm
very common.
just trying to make friends, you know?
Yeah. I think I saw some flyers that the Dastardly Disco might be coming up again soon.
The what?
There's that. The Dastardly Disco.
Calamity's eyes light up from like across the room.
The Calamity just skitter. He says, the Dastardly Disco.
Yeah. What's his name? And they're snapping their fingers. They're very clearly like trying to it's on the tip of their tongue. Helvis runs that.
And Helvis is...
I think a no.
like Bab.
Yeah. But really different.
Uh-huh. So... okay. Is that something we should maybe go check out?
Well, I don't know that's ready to go now, but I'm just saying I saw some flyers that might be coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your deep fried crunch munch. Hold on. And they go into the counter and they grab some things and they put out a little bowl of it looks like just a bunch of deep fried spheres. That are just kind of lumpy. They're not perfect spheres.
So they're possibly not eyeballs.
Eugene takes it, and on top of the tickets that are for that, there are 3 more tickets. And he's just like, okay, so how many people know about my date?
Oh, well, I mean, Bab's been talking about it to all their friends, so...
How many friends does Babs have?
I mean, they run one of the most successful businesses in the food court.
Give
so
me a number, please.
Oh, easily double digits,
Oh, sweet Pella.
50-ish?
Okay, all right, okay. This is a lot worse than I thought. If you could,
hey, and they reach over to they look like they're going to put a hand on your shoulder, and they stop as if are you going to pull away from me? Kind of stop.
No.
And then they just kind of put the hand on their shoulder when Eugene doesn't give any kind of sign of no, and goes, hey, it's just a date. It's not a commitment. It's okay. And everyone knows that it's just a date, that it's not a commitment. So even if you let them down, it's okay.
No, it's not. I hate hurting people, even if it's a giant furry woman. Listen, it's Jenny, right?
Yeah.
I am terrified of relationships, and intimacy makes me scared. So, I don't know how to deal with this, so I'm just gonna.
Well, that's not fair to you. You should talk, or Bab, honestly. You should talk to Bab about that.
But what if she's upset?
She might get a little upset, but...
What is her version of a little upset? She's a giant woman with a meat cleaver.
Jenny, laughs a little bit and goes, well, I think if you're honest about it and don't lead them on, you're less likely to get meat cleavered.
Okay. I'll take that into consideration. Thank you.
Splendor walked away, but I'd imagine that depending on Eugene's level of freak out, she's probably still hearing parts of this. She's just kind of standing back. I mean, she's not staring directly at Eugene. She's looking off at the other cart or something. It's not clear that she's paying attention, because I feel like Eugene's probably in his own little world right now anyway. But she's snooping.
So Eugene's just gonna kind of nod and take the Crunch-A-Munch and and he's gonna just like walk back to the group and not even looking at Splendor, just shove the Crunch and Munch in her arms.
Hey, Eugene, how's it? Oh, thanks. You look a little bit green. Are you doing all right?
Terrified? Yes.
I mean, aside from the norm, what are you terrified of right now? Is it? Did you try some of this? Is it bad?
Don't know.
Maybe the big guy will eat it. She like glances over to wherever Fog is currently.
He would just be standing there still, like, holding on to Calamity. Like, Arachne's gonna swoop down at any point and take her away.
Let's just go. We need to find that stick.
Yeah. Let's, Calamity knows the most about this kind of thing. Maybe she's got an idea. Are you sure you're gonna... We could... I mean... you could probably... I mean, I can't... I could, but I don't want... I could carry you if you need me to, or, like, you need me to drag you or something?
I'm
Shoulder
fine,
to lean
Splendor.
on?
Splendor, I'm fine.
Okay, what about you, other Eugene? Is he lying, or...
He's not coming out right now.
Well, okay.
He's berating me in my head for being a dumbass, so I locked him in the timeout corner.
That's... I mean, he's not wrong.
He doesn't get body privileges right now.
Jeez. Testy. Alright, anyway, I'm feeling better, so let's see what everybody's up to before... Is Calamity hanging for... I don't know. Do her wings bend that way normally? Huh.
Smiley face.
It's very important. Does anybody eat the deep fried Crunch Munch?
Splendor just is holding it right now. She has not eaten any.
Okay. Sorry, Calamity, go ahead and talk.
Oh no, I just said smiley face.
Okay.
Oh, unless if... No, she'd have no reason to do it. Never mind. Oh yeah, okay, so does it look like the group is ready to start heading out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. She will, from her position, just... Like, she's... At this point, she is just used to being held and handled, right? So she's content here with Fog having decided she is a chew toy. And she's just gonna direct from that position, right? You know, go down the rules again. Don't look at the don't recognize them right now. Walk a little fast, right? All of that.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll start leading them through to where we last saw the Dusteak.
Okay.
Depending on what we see on the way, I will say that Splendor might absently munch on the stuff just because she's holding it, and honestly, that's a thing I would do.
Okay. So, first things first, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy, okay. That is a total of 6.
You currently have the poisoned condition until you take a long rest. However, for as long as you have the poison condition, you also add 1d6 plus 1 necrotic damage to all of your attacks.
What?
1d6 plus 1?
Yep.
But you have disadvantage on all attacks, right? Because you're poisoned, right?
I have to double check what poison does.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage on attacks and ability checks, I believe. Yeah, disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
That's a really cool double-edged sword, though. I like that.
Yeah. Also, Splendor, there's a few of these. It's like a little basket of deep-fried bits of meat. Which, after you bite into the first one, you realize that's what it is. It's just like, it looks like just chunks of deep-fried meat, probably from... Judging from the shape of these chunks, these are rejects, right? These are the scrap bits from something else.
Yeah, she doesn't think about it. She's eating bugs and whatever else.
Yeah, well, something does make you think about it.
Okay.
Because as you bite into one of these chunks, you feel your mouth... There's some hair in your mouth. and you reach into your mouth and you pull a long strand of cotton candy pink hair.
Oh no.
Well, good night, everybody.
Oh, well, good night. See you
This has
next
been the
week.
stream. This has been the stream. Bye. I'm disgusted. Hello, how are you? I'm Dokuro Jim.
Yeah, I would say that Splendor, like, as they're going along, she's just absolutely munching. First couple, she's like, yeah, okay, it's whatever. And a couple of in, she starts feeling kind of gross. And then she pulls the hair out of her mouth, so she kind of she throws them to the side somewhere, just in the side alley. She's like, no, no, no. And where she was kind of keeping up with everybody before, she kind of falls back a little bit. Like, she doesn't look like she did before after the fight, but she's currently maybe a little greener on the gills. And, I'm sorry, you said I had the poison condition. Do I take any damage now, or
Nope.
does that...
It's just a condition. You aren't going to be taking any damage from it.
Okay.
You have disadvantage on all attacks and ability checks.
And it's 1d6 plus 1.
Yeah, and then you add 1d6
No.
plus 1 damage.
So, real quickly, doing a real quick check on everyone after that. How's everyone feeling?
Wow.
Oh,
Green.
Nasty.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
like,
I was
but like
waiting for
good.
it.
No, I was committed.
Why is it always made of people?
Welcome to the Revelia.
We should
Raleigh
look
Roof for
to,
Revelia.
Raleigh
yeah,
Roof for
Raleigh
Revelia.
Yeah. We should look to write Calamity out for the moment soon.
Yes,
though.
yeah, I was about to...
Yeah.
Actually, how would Calamity react to seeing Splendor pull cotton candy pink hair out of their mouth after eating some mystery meat?
Unless if the issue is unless if Splendor made a show of it, right?
Yeah.
Calamity's focused on getting these guys where they need to go.
Right, but does
during
Calamity not
chaos.
look back to make sure they're not wandering off?
Like every
Especially if
now
May
and
in the
then,
group?
but it's just sort of like
Yeah, that's
a
fair.
blink and then over, head count over,
That's okay.
because there's other
Yeah.
things to worry about, like feral clowns.
Yeah, and for Splendor anyway, unless it's something that's going to make her look good, she tries not to make a big deal out of things.
So, in that case, instead, you are approached by one of the acrobats. Calamity.
She is still noodled in fog. Huh?
We're going to need your assistance for a time.
Oh, okay. Let me get these guys situated, please. Just pleading eyes.
Just like a small curt nod and both sets of arms crossed as they just kind of stare you down in a very, we do not have much time, we're giving you a minute.
She looks like whoever this is, they've given Calamity like the blessing of a god or whatever. And we're going to expend one spell slot to cast Find Familiar, and this horrible like puppet imp spider monstrosity. It's like bound in the same red as like clothing, the strings that Calamity has.
Yeah.
It's very puppet-like. It's articulated. It doesn't look like it should move how it does. And she pulls out fucking Mapworth, right? She unfolds it. She brings it really close, and she
Deep
just
gasp of air, because that poor map
yeah.
got acquired and then pocketed and never saw the light of day.
Excuse me, what? We have a map?
Yup, a sentient map.
She holds up a finger because this is important. This is the one instance of power she has over someone. And she holds Mapworth really fucking close. And she goes, "You're not free yet, motherfucker." And she hands Mapworth over to the imp? Question mark?
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Like it's done.
I'm so tempted to make this imp, especially because of the way you've described it, and I want it to sound like Baby from Fantasy High so bad.
I want it to sound like Philoctetes from Hercules. Daniel DeVito.
That's a 21.
Okay, yeah, no, but you watched, after getting that gasp of fresh air, the mouth started open. You could see the sneer, the sass building in the folds of the map. And then, dead silence. You swear the map turns a little paler.
There's smug calamity vibes. Now it's in the imp's hand, which I don't know how that's going. I give you full control what this imp is like.
Okay.
I don't care.
You hand it over to the imp, and just before the person grabs you to just leap off of you, you hear him go and start nibbling on the map.
Hell yeah.
So the rest of the party, you now have an imp nibbling on your map, who is yelling for help now.
Hello, Mr. Imp Man?
It blinks a few times, and it looks towards Calamity, who is currently being carried off. Would Calamity have, instilled a name into it?
Well, so this is the first time she's done this.
Yes.
This is...
Was it created with knowledge of its name, though?
Calamity's fucked up. It probably gets to earn a name like Calamity did. So no, it has to fucking earn it. You're not special. You don't get fucking privileges.
The imp pauses mid chew, very you are talking to a child who's currently chewing on a Lego. And it just stares at you for a moment, slowly removes their mouth and goes, "You can call me TBD."
To what?
TBD. TBD.
Spelling. Panic. Splendor gets that little teeny tiny, just deer in the headlights flash for half a second in her eyes. Uh-oh, was that Beep?
Yeah, that was Beep leaving.
Okay. She gets this tiny flash of panic in her eyes for just half a second and just blanks out, disconnected. Splendor is no longer in the building.
Map View goes, can someone please take me away from this creature?
TBD, can I have the... that's not Eugene. TBD, can I have the map, please?
Nope, it's my map.
Listen, TB, can I see it?
No.
You can keep it.
Fog is gonna look at TBD or TV here and just snort at him. So he's very disgruntled about this creature being here.
TBD, Eugene stops existing as he looks towards Fog and opens his mouth, which up until now it's kind of got it's kind of moved with a hand puppet kind of motion. But the mouth just keeps opening until head is almost at a 90-degree angle, and it just hisses long and loud at you. It's not particularly intimidating. It's just a noise.
I take fettuccine out of my pocket and it's fettuccine can translate.
Fog is going to just return with a deep guttural growl and just take it as a challenge.
The mouth just closes and they just stare blankly for a little bit and then they look back at the map. Look to the group. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going?
To find a stick. Right? Right?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
are we going?
So let me bring back up the map. You are probably around 11.2 on the map of the Revelia, which puts you southwest of the Big Top. And around the intersection that's right before 11.4, which is real close by, is where the fight happened where you last saw the stick.
Okay. So should we head towards what is that thing? It's the HECKNA? Jesus. Or are we heading there?
I mean, if that's what you think.
That's where
I'm along for the ride.
that's where Calamity or where we saw the stick, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Splendor in the background is still mouthing TBD, like she's trying to memorize that and not be confused by him spelling out at her.
All right, so I guess we march.
Okay. As you approach, you can see that the aftermath of the fight is still there. There's still a bunch of broken stuff around, and it looks, honestly, a little worse as people have rifled through it a bit. You can also see that there are two different pairs. There are two clearly, like, healthy, strong-looking clowns, and two mangy, almost kind of feral-looking, clowns. And these two groups are fighting each other. They don't seem to have noticed you or have any interest in your approach so far.
Okay, we're on alert mode. Do they look like they're, haha, this is the Revelia, it's kind of rowdy fighting, like what Splendor got taken in for initially, or, hey, yeah, we're out for blood, you guys are dead.
They look like they're actively trying to kill each other.
Ah, lovely, perfect, wonderful.
Should we just avoid them and try to look around them while they're busy?
You act like finding the stick is hard. There it is, and I look at and point to the stake that's holding the tent in the ground.
Splendor is watching the fight, like she's picking out various combatants and tracking where everybody's going. Like she's figuring out how to synchronize herself into this juggle before she just throws herself into it.
We don't even have to talk to those clowns. We have the stick, we can go.
Yeah, I'll let my fist do the talking.
Or we can have Splendor's fists do the talking. Your
Or we
fist
could-
can talk?
Look with our eyes.
Fog is actually going to look at look.
Aww.
Me as a player, I'm already missing. Beep. Anyways, Fog is going to look at Splendor, and he's going to put his hand like between her and the fight and repeat what Calamity said before she left. Don't look at the clowns.
It's just
Alright. Fine.
a stick.
Yeah, fine. Let's go. Somebody else is calling the shots, right? Somebody just point me and I'll go. Where do we need to go?
I am yanking at the stake.
Mayworth, that's not the stick.
Splendor actually looks to Fog, like actually looks him in the eye. She like nods her head and she pats him on the arm as she turns back around and turns away from the fight.
Eugene, what do you
Fog
mean it's not
actually
the
feels
stick?
slightly
We're
proud.
here. Sorry. We're here. We're where we needed to go to find the stick. Here's a stick. We're done.
Yes, that's a stick, but it's not the stick.
Technically, that's also a steak.
What's the difference?
Well, I think one's pointier than the other one generally, right?
All right,
One is
Cows are
into a
not
specific object.
pointy.
everybody
Cows
gather
are
around.
not pointy.
May,
Come on.
can we huddle around Mayworth? Everybody huddle around the stake, okay?
Yeah, this looks really okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If they bring it to us, then they'll pay for it.
This is inconspicuous.
Yeah. Let's all fan out and see if we can find any clues, okay?
Ah, yes. Splitting the party.
Not splitting. We're not splitting the party. We're just fanning out.
Wait, there's a party?
Stay with Eugene. Like, looks like he's gonna bite his lip. He's just like,
Oh my gosh. Splender's gonna look around to Gil, Eugene, Fog, and May. Kind of glance back at the clowns. It still look like they're preoccupied with their own thing over there. Jess,
I'm sorry, I was reading up on something. One more time?
I apologize. Does it still look like the clowns are doing their thing and haven't noticed us yet?
Yeah. It also looks like the fight is quickly becoming more and more one-sided. While the two clowns that still had their minds together had strategy and honestly strength on them, the other two are just downright feral, and the only sign they show of taking on damage is the bleeding and their body being shifted by the force, but they still just keep going, no signs of pain, not even flinching.
Well, if we're going to look, we need to make it fast.
How do we get around the clowns? Maybe Splinter's fists could talk to them?
Yeah, I'm up for it, but maybe she looks like it looks so far like Eugene is making the calls, right?
I'm just very impressed. I've never heard of any fists that could talk.
look, if it comes to it, it comes to it. We'll do what we have to do. But right now, we just need to look around and see what we can find. The stick's not going to be here, I don't think. But maybe we can find something that'll lead us to where it might be.
If that's what you think, then let's look around. May, please. It's violence. It's punch. I'm going to hit them. That's.
Gotcha. You know what? That makes sense. Symbolism was never my strong suit.
Yeah, not mine either. They always said that I was better with my fists. So let's go.
All right, so if we're fanning out and making perception checks for clues or investigation, tell me what check we're doing, Jask.
Yeah, it's going to be investigation checks.
Okay, so investigation is...
Investigation is intelligence.
Is it intelligence?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Which mine is +1, so it's not like I really lose out either way.
This is gonna be great. All
I
right.
hope I roll good.
Man, I got a dirty
Hey.
20 on the first one, but it's actually going to be 13.
So, Eugene's going to go over to Gilbert and say, Gil, help me look.
Oh, am I assisting you?
Yeah, this is me subtly asking for you to give me the help action.
Thank God, because I rolled my own investigation and I rolled a nat 1, so thank you.
Good job. Good job, Gil.
I didn't know if we were like grouping up or if we were fully fanning out.
Well, I figured that we're probably not going far from each other since we're trying to skirt
Yeah.
around the fighting clowns.
Yeah. Or yeah, I'll go with Eugene and help him look.
It's not like we're going out of sight. Unless it's like a huge tent.
Guys,
I 17 for investigation.
guys,
I
guys,
did too. Can I roll an investigation check for Fettuccine?
Can he use his little hands
can, yes.
to shield his eyes so that he can see farther?
Yes, please.
No, he makes binocular hands. That's it.
Oh my god.
I think there
What's
is one thing.
Fettuccine's investigation stat? Just a flat D20?
D20 minus 5.
Okay.
He's a looker, not a thinker.
I just looked up the stats.
That's fantastic. -5. Dude!
Oh my god, he did well!
guys,
Yeah.
look at the picture I just sent in chat. Look at this.
Nice.
Nice.
Look at
Ben
this.
Rose.
Very
with
nice.
your special eyes.
I will say, I think while because I'm assuming it takes us a little bit of time to
Yeah.
look through. while Eugene and Gil are searching, does Eugene still seem a little like flustered, like when he came back from the meat stand?
No, he has put it in his he's put it in his back pocket, and he is in find the stick mode, boy.
There's a joke there. I'm gonna ignore it.
Yes.
All right. I was just curious because if he did, there was a Gil was gonna say something.
No,
but...
so what happened was I rolled both d20s, they clicked together, hit the side of my dice tray, and landed on 20.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Now just wait until actual combat starts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So while looking, Eugene and Gil, you were the first to spot this. But Fettuccine also spots it and like points it out.
It doesn't make me feel good.
So does May. May got a pretty good roll.
Oh yeah, sorry. What did May get?
17.
17.
But
Yeah, so
Fettuccine
May
got
gets
a
as well.
14.
Fog also got a 17.
Yeah. So in general, most of you do actually see this. It's just Eugene and Gil beat y'all to it. But after a little bit of investigation, you can see a hole in the mud with a few flakes of gold and purple paint. You remember that the stick was covered in gold and purple paint. It looks like it's already been found. While standing in that spot and looking around to see if maybe whoever found it is nearby, you see a familiar person crouched down behind one of the tents. They look a little surprised when you spot them. They thought they had a very good hiding spot, which admittedly they did. And actually, anybody who got the 17 or below did not see them. So it'd actually only be Eugene and Gil that sees them.
Who is it?
I have a guess.
You see Dr. Stella.
Oh, I had a wrong guess.
Oh, thank God. That makes
They're-
me instantly feel better.
They're crouched down real low. They've got like some debris around them. They're clearly keeping an eye on this spot. And as they make eye contact with you, Eugene, and then look over to Gil and make eye contact with you, they then like gesture with a come here motion.
Eugene's going to take his boot and mess up the hole where the stick was.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he's going to go over to where Stella is and motion for Gil to follow.
Yeah, Gil will follow as soon as you start going.
At my back, watch my 6 o'clock.
The rest of the party, you do notice at this point, as they're approaching Stella, you can see Dr. Stella as well.
Yeah, I'll try to subtly motion with my hand for them to come over as well as I'm turned and like watching Eugene's back.
Splendor is going to probably, let's be honest, she's trying to herd Mayworth because Mayworth is not going to remember Dr. Stella, and she's going to sort of like gesture to Fog because he doesn't have Calamity there to help guide him.
Hey Jasket, before Fog leaves, can Fog do a survival check on the spot where the stick was and do like a dog thing of trying to sniff out who like may have been here last?
It is a very well-traveled space with lots of smells everywhere. Normally I don't like to say no, but this is borderline impossible.
Yeah, no, that is fair. All right.
But yeah, so the rest of you, or all of you, approach Stella, who like shift around in the debris and some things fall where they were, and they kind of stand up and brush themselves off and go, hey, are you looking for the stick?
Yeah.
Okay. I found something else.
Eugene raises an eyebrow.
And she reaches into like a messenger bag she carries on her, and she pulls out a key.
Do you know what this? What does it look like actually? Before I.
It looks really fancy, and it's kind of got like, you're not sure if it's supposed to be just a cheese wheel or if it's got like dents and stuff in it. But there is a circular design on the end that very much still looks reminiscent of a cheese wheel.
Is that does HECKNA have a cheese cave?
I don't know.
Jasper wants to see his cheese cave.
I do. But this is a key to one of the funhouse rooms. This will get us into the funhouse.
Now, Jasky boy, I'm just remembering. I'm misremembering from the. We haven't been to the funhouse, right?
You've been to the funhouse once. You've been.
Oh no, we have. Okay.
When Pinky attacked, the room that you were in was one of the funhouse rooms.
Okay. Because I'm sorry, I was misremembering from the one shot and shit, so I wasn't sure.
No, it's okay. Yeah, the funhouse. By this point, you would know that usually you can't get into the funhouse without actual invitation. But you guys got swept up in HECKNA trying to pull Pinky to Sophie. That was the last time you went into the funhouse. Now, I want to check this room out, but the funhouse can be really dangerous. So I was wondering if you would all go with me.
Well, if it's a lead to something important, then it's more than what we've got around here, right?
It very well could be, yeah.
Do we know what room this actually goes to, or?
No, I don't. Unfortunately, there's no way until I try it. I didn't want to try it alone. It's dangerous in there, and my sister is. Oh, you've met her now, right?
Your sister.
Gil technically does not know. That was Olive who knew.
Yeah, Sophie.
Eugene squints.
Yeah, Splender's expression changes too.
Yeah, we met her is an understatement, I think.
I'm sorry if she hurt you. I'm trying to save her, but I don't know if there's anything left to save.
If we can, we will.
I'll save her.
God damn it.
What? I'm trying to be helpful. Anyway. How do we save her? Just for someone that's trying to do their civic duty?
Civic duty?
Yeah.
She's causing as many problems here as anybody else. If anything, she's going to be in our way at some point.
Yeah. Yes, and I don't know. I don't know how we save her, but we have to keep finding out more about the Revelia. We have to figure out more about HECKNA himself. We have to keep looking.
How long have you been here? As long as your sister has?
A little bit shorter than her, but not by much. Not by a discernible amount. It's at this point that Matthew has wrestled his face out from inside the mouth of this imp. Looks over towards the key being held up, and audibly gasps.
Splendor looks towards the noise.
He's now glaring and goes, What do you planning to do with that?
Why don't you mind your own business?
Hey, TB, fold him up.
He starts trying to wrestle Matthew into a folded position, and Matthew goes, "Oh no, you don't!" and starts wrestling back with the imp. They're gonna make.
Hey, Jask.
Yeah.
You got this, TB. +5.
Isn't it TBD?
It is TBD.
I'm calling him TB.
Yeah.
Like TEEBEE.
I believe in you, and I give Bardic inspiration.
Your bardic inspiration is a D6, right?
Yes.
Spring break, I believe in you. Okay. With the +5 and the bardic inspiration, that is a total of 11.
What the fudge,
They rolled a
TV?
natural 1.
You big wiener!
Well, I mean, that map is pretty unruly.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Mapview literally tears some of the edges off of himself as he rips himself from TBD, like flaps up into the air a little bit, and goes, "You're gonna turn that person in," as they like gesture with a corner towards Dr. Stella. You're gonna tell HECKNA that they have one of his keys. You're gonna turn them in, and you're gonna help me find that stick.
Can we shove him
Can
in a
I
bag?
try
please?
to? Can I
Fog
try to
make a
grab
reaction to
Matthew?
snap the map?
Matthew has floated up into the air, out of Fog's reach, because Fog is a big creature.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jask,
Yeah,
can I shoot it with Eldritch Blast?
you can.
I also have a backup option, although it's kind of a poor choice with my condition, but I think I could do it.
Okay, so I have one Eldritch Blast I can shoot. Actually, no. Hold on. No, I didn't take that as this Eugene. Damn it. Okay. Never mind. Eldritch Blast.
A Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
I have more questions.
Okay, hold on.
For Stella too. I literally wrote a bunch of these down over the week.
That is a 19, Jask.
19 will hit.
Nice.
And he takes... nine force damage.
Wow, how hardy is that paper?
You, just as the map realizes, like, it read the entire group and realized that you aren't working for HECKNA in that moment. You saw it start to turn and fly off. And in that moment, Eugene, you blow a hole straight through where the face of the map is folded in. And it just gently falls to the ground. Now blank.
Well,
Well,
Fog
there
is
you
going to
go.
go and retrieve whatever's left of it.
TBD is racing you to it.
Oh, okay.
Cackling.
Let him
my
have
God.
it.
The
Nice meal for
the
him.
Genesis eye is glowing brightly, and Eugene says, "About time you asked for my help."
When TBD reaches it, he just balls it up and shoves the whole ball into his mouth.
Very nice.
It is too big to fit in his mouth. Like there is a small bit of it just sticking out as he continues to try to chew on it.
Eugene turns around and he's like, "So what are we doing?"
Should we? I mean, Sophie's her sister. Should we ask about, some of the stuff we found out earlier?
Oh, we're helping the other one?
Sorry, what? Can you repeat that?
Are we helping the other one? Shiny man.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, hi.
Dr.
Nice.
Stella looks confused and looks between you two. What's going on?
The Genesis eye is like glowing really bright now.
you know,
And-
sometimes I just don't bother asking.
And Genesis turns and goes, "Yeah, I'm the other one."
Their brows furrow.
Or I guess technically the first one. I was here first.
Splendor, while they're figuring this out, it's going to look over to where the ravenous clowns were. How's that fight looking?
You can see that the very feral looking ones are just straight up eating corpses right now.
You know what? Why don't we take this somewhere else?
Genesis looks over. Yeah, no, right.
Right. No offense. What's your name? The other one?
Oh, well, I guess technically my name's Genesis.
Right. Okay. I don't like your attitude. And she puts both hands on your head. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Ah!
Uh,
Oh my gosh.
Gil is
Okay.
actually laughing at this, by the way.
get fucked, Jenny. That's a 7.
Okay. Charm person. Just telling Genesis alone. Go to sleep.
In the Mind Palace, Eugene has been thrown in the cage now. And Genesis, who is like motioning and talking, just falls on the ground and the door swings open.
Oh, well, that will do it. Anyway, Splender's going to look around, herd the cats if she needs to, and try to start ushering people towards the exit.
There's a blink. The Genesis glow is dimmer now. And Eugene just goes, thank you? That was abrupt.
Cats definitely need to be herded. May is finding anything that looks like a stick. Kind of pulling at it.
Hey, May, I think it's actually outside.
Oh, yep, that makes sense. Lots of sticks are outside. Good
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, we should, you wanna hop on your unicycle? Maybe we can move a little bit quicker, because, I was looking at Eugene, and little Eugene is looking big sleepy right now, so we gotta get a move on.
What about Cicero?
Does
Fog
Fog
just
say this?
abruptly asks that.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was
Hi,
trying
Fog.
to get to that before the glowy boy interrupted me.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Yeah, I don't like him. I need to learn whatever she did.
Oh, you mean
I think I might know. I might know what happened there.
You mean Big Fire Bang Bang Shooty?
What?
Hey, outside, please.
Okay.
Hey, no, we should head over to the hostile hostel.
Yes, I agree.
All right.
This key can only work on a locked door, and there's not many doors in Revelia. But the hostile hostel has a door that would fit that has a keyhole.
Of course it does.
It's the boring room. We should be able to use it there.
What? I thought it just had the one key. Huh.
Well, this key can fit into any keyhole, but it needs to have one. No other door in the Revelia that I know of has one.
Oh, alright.
That's interesting. To the hostel.
So she starts to guide you towards the hostel. As you walk, Gilbert, did you have questions for Dr. Stella? Because you do have some time.
Yeah.
Is it safe to talk about Cicero out in public? Like, I know, Heckna's taking a nice little cat nap, but like I don't know.
With Heckna asleep, there's very little to watch you.
Okay. Well, I mean, I want to know if Stella knows anything about Cicero or Sophie's involvement with Cicero.
I know very little, honestly. I know she was involved in his punishment. I know that his current state was largely her hand. But beyond that, I don't know much.
All right. Well, that's at least a question I have answered. Sorry, I'm taking so long. I'm trying to just figure out how to word these.
Okay.
I mean, if she
Alice.
doesn't know anything like anything, then I don't know if I have anything else. Well, I guess I could ask when was Stella here in the Revelia when Sophie punished Cicero?
I was, yes.
All right, I think that's all I got for now.
Did anybody else have any questions for Stella?
Where did you find that key?
There are a group of us that are working really hard to find solutions to problems in the Revelia, and I did not find it alone.
And Cicero said something about, well, when we heard him talk to HECKNA, Cicero said something about HECKNA's mask. What do you know about that?
I mean, in what context?
Eugene like strains.
He implied that it was cracking.
In
right?
a metaphorical sense, very likely.
He kind of, it sounded like he was implying that there was, like, he had a weakness. And that
Yes.
those around him.
Something about the mask making or keeping him from being mortal?
He implied that he was mortal.
Okay, so up until recently, it was thought that HECKNA was an untouchable god in this world, in this, whatever this is. But that stick hurt him. He panicked. And those with the eyes to see it saw that. He can bleed.
Splendor considers this for a second. Well, if you found this key, this is some piece of something, but what about the stick itself? Do you have any leads on that, or do you think maybe the funhouse has something to do with it?
I think the stick is safe where it is right now. It clearly hasn't been turned into HECKNA.
No, but if we don't know where it's at, then I wouldn't count that safe.
Do you think one of your people has it? Or knows where it is?
And if one of them does have it, I mean, we saw what Pinky did with it. If you know where it is, do you know if whoever has it can be trusted with it? Because, I mean, it's a tool and a weapon. You can't plan anything with it if you don't have eyes on it. Which is to say, like, I'm with Eugene on this. This seems like something important, and I very much would like to have eyes on it. I can't do much planning without knowing where the pieces are. Although I've worked with worse. Our odds aren't very good without some kind of advantage, and that seems like the one we've got.
Yeah, I think we should. I mean, it's the only thing that we know of that can actually physically hurt him.
Or at the very least, even if it can't actually, it's a good bluff.
Well, on the note of the advantage, do you know about the symbols yet?
Splinter
what?
shakes her head.
Have we seen
Symbols?
any of the symbols?
You have seen symbols around. I've described a few times now.
Yeah.
Okay. I
That
can't remember. From
there have been like weird symbols carved in certain areas, but you also do know about the forget and remember symbols specifically.
In Splendor's case, is it all about the same to her? Like it's just as jumbled as letters would be? That's a question. I wasn't able to get the right intonation because my voice.
That's a
Because I think of it like looking at a foreign language. Like you look at Korean, Chinese, Japanese, you can tell
Yeah.
they're probably letter symbols, but you can't read them.
Yeah,
Like that's
so
how
I don't think
Splendor is
any of
for.
us can.
So
Yeah.
the symbols are very much so like essentially pictures. So you
Okay.
might be able to interpret them.
Yeah, pictures are definitely more her speed.
Yeah. Think of it more like hieroglyphics.
Okay.
I think I've posted a few things about the symbols a while back, and when I was gushing about how well this is made.
Oh yeah, out
we've
of
definitely
character, I
seen
remember
them.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember in character which ones we've actually seen.
You've
Or
only
theory
seen
version.
all the symbols. You've actually only seen the remember symbol.
Where did we see it?
It was on the rock that made that
Oh, that's right.
awoke Pinky and that awoke Calamity.
I don't think Splendor's actually looked at the rock that closely. She just knows that Eugene's had it in those two
Yeah.
instances he used it.
Yeah, I don't
Fog
think
was
any of
also
us really
the-
have.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
Yeah, Eugene.
So Dr. Stella will nod and go. The group I previously talked about, we use these symbols, we carve them into things, to be able to communicate with each other, to leave a trail, to leave messages and warnings, and
Like the rock?
well, some
What?
symbols hold more power than the others. The forget and the remember symbol, used almost exclusively by the toy maker.
Yeah,
So it's magic.
Those ones are magic.
yeah. Stefano, that's his name. I think he gave me a rock with the remember one on it.
Yeah.
Splendor like frowns at Eugene a little bit when he says that.
Yes, that's one of the symbols. I personally don't know that symbol. I don't know like what it looks like, but yes, that's one of the symbols.
I
But
still
again,
have
it's-
the rock.
He does. I actually, out of character, I have shenanigans planned, but I gotta think of when that would come to Splendor in game.
their brow furrows as you mentioned. They still have the rock, and they pause, and then continue walking again. Right. We'll get to that. We're gonna put a pin in that one. So these symbols, we leave them as messages to others that know what they are, the others trying to fight back. And this allows those who have failed to still leave a trail for others to pick up where they left off. And for those that are still fighting, to leave warnings for those that are also fighting.
That's just shapes on things, though. If they don't all have power like this, what good are they really?
Information is powerful, though.
Hold on. And you see she looks around a little bit before approaching a tent. Just a very inconspicuous looking tent. Looks like any of the others in the Revelia. And she like gestures for you to follow her. And she points at a symbol that looks kind of like a Z. That's thin on the top, and then the bottom part of it is really thick. And she goes, "This symbol, it means rest. It means it's safe to rest here." And she opens up the tent, and you can see it's lavishly decorated inside. And you can see that right there in the front entrance, if she had not pointed out that there's a very dangerous looking trap that you might have just stepped right into, that she just kind of steps over, gestures around the room,
Ooh.
and then steps back out. That's the power of these symbols. It can tell you that a place is safe to rest. It can tell you that there are posters nearby that you might not be able to see or that you might not interpret as a HECKNA poster. It can tell you that there's food stored nearby somewhere that's safe to eat.
Splendor frowns looks a little bit conflicted. Like she's quiet now, but anybody who happens to look at her, she's looking genuinely a little frustrated.
May is furiously journaling all of this in that book that helps her remember. She's like,
Good job, Faye.
Now, did you say the trap is like outside of the area that leads into the safe spot?
It's like just inside the flap.
Okay. So, Gil will actually ask Stella, are all these like safe havens trapped like this?
Yeah, all rest areas have a trap to make sure that anybody resting will be actually safe. Most places that are marked as safe are genuinely safe and don't need the trap, but it's an extra measure.
Good measure.
And as she walks, she will explain how the symbols work, as well as how, what I do not know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna say cartouche. How cartouches work.
Cartouche.
Cartouche, yeah.
Cartouche. Okay.
Cartouche.
How cartouches work, which becomes a bit more abstract. She does explain that it is sometimes a little harder to get exactly what they mean, but normally you can guess. But essentially, it is a symbol made up of multiple symbols inside of some kind of container. I will leave a guide with you all. Just don't lose it. Do not let it fall into someone's hands.
It's not gonna try to snitch us out to anybody like the map did, is it?
It's not living, no.
Oh, thank goodness.
Also, is it bad that the map is like, is that gonna get back to anyone that he's, not really, he has a hole and he's also in the imp's mouth?
When you look over, it's saying that he's in the imp's mouth. The imp is following you. You do not see the map in his mouth.
All right.
I mean, whatever happens at this point happens.
Just
True.
big painted on shit-eating grin from the imp.
Good job, buddy. She gives the imp a little wavy thumbs up.
did you eat the map?
No.
I think is he lying?
Maybe. You do not need to roll an insight. He definitely ate the map.
He ate the map.
Jask, I'm just gonna tell you that I'm getting vibes of big kobold energy from this imp.
Yeah.
Okay. So we gotta have a book. It makes a look like she just smelled something bad. We got a book to learn the things to get around, but it's a good tool, right? So
real quickly, what is Splendor's surface thoughts
surface thoughts.
as we're talking about the book?
Anxiety, unease, like you just got called to the principal's office to get punished for something. You might know what it is, you might not know, but like she's in the hot seat right now and she's uncomfortable.
Okay.
And also, the very obvious of great. It has to deal with books and words and I can't read.
Can I make an insight check on Splendor?
Yeah, go for it. And I would say with advantage since she bluffed Eugene once. Oh, great. What do I roll counter to that?
It would be a deception.
Deception, that's right. Okay. That's 14.
18 altogether.
Yeah.
You also notice Dr. Stella side-eyes you.
When she actually gets the attention on her, like, she kind of stretches her mouth into the Shrek grin, like, hey.
And you hear a voice in your head, Splendor, from Dr. Stella.
Oh boy.
And please take this in the kindest way. Can you read?
As soon as she like gets that voice touch in her head, like she actually flinches and rocks back in her heel like she's about to take a step back.
So you know what's funny, Jask?
What?
At the same time, because Eugene can't hear what Dr.
Yeah.
Stella is saying, he goes, Splendor, can you read?
Oh no.
Stella trying to not put spotlight on it. This is Eugene. Hey!
Eugene, you need to not with your messages, man.
May's like, she can read.
Wait, did Eugene say it out loud or did Eugene message it?
No, he said it
Message-
out loud.
Yeah.
Message have to be spoken out loud.
I don't make message have to be spoken out loud.
Oh, okay.
No, it's like as soon as she gets like the spell touch in her brain, like she almost reacts viscerally to it, and then Eugene says it, and as soon as Eugene says it out loud, like they both kind of hit her at the same time. She rounds on him and snarls like, "Shut up!"
She can read.
No, listen, I just look, if you can't, we can work with, we can help you. If you can't, I couldn't read it first, and then I learned.
Eugene. Eugene.
Oh, hey. And Dr. Stella like points towards a symbol carved into another tent. Anybody who wants to can roll insight.
Yes, please.
Sure.
15.
Yeah, I'll say Splendor. Let me see. That is that's a 7. She's still distracted.
16.
Anybody who got a 16 or above can tell it. Dr. Stella is trying to pull the attention from the situation.
Yeah, when Splendor snapped at Eugene, like she balled a fist, like she was just about to throw a punch at him with no thought whatsoever.
And she's pointing at a symbol that looks kind of like an open wound with 2 stitches across it. So this symbol right here actually means that there's healing items within.
That's good to know.
Very important one to know in the Revelia. You never know when you need healing. Are any of you hurt?
Splendor kind of grudgingly pulls her attention away from Eugene to look at it, and then
Eugene
glances at
shakes his
everybody
head.
Yeah, a little.
Well, if you and she like opens up the tent, you can see there's a crate inside, and a crowbar next to it. And she picks up the crowbar, struggles with it a little bit, gets it open, and you can see a few healing potions inside.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take one of those.
How many of them?
There is 4 in total.
4 in total. I already have one, so
I
can.
You of course could take all of them. Please don't. We kind of work on a bit of an honor system here.
Do I see any flasks?
You do not see any like empty flasks now.
Do I see anything that is like an empty jar that could hold something?
Nothing empty in here now.
Does anyone have anything empty? An empty jar?
Dr. Stella opens up their little messenger bag and pulls out a mason jar.
Okay. I'm going to take the mason jar and pour one of my shots of fireball into it and leave it with the pile of stuff.
Okay. You do that, and Dr. Stella nods and goes, was that some of the fireball whiskey?
It was.
Okay. And she goes to the tent, and she carves another symbol in. It looks like a circle with a little bit of a line through it.
Splendor huffs and turns away.
Right, we should keep moving. We need to...
Yeah.
How much are the healing potions?
They are the weakest healing potion, which I think is, what, 2d4?
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Wonderful. That's all I need. Just a little top off. Perfect. Thank you.
If anyone also needs healing, I can heal up to 10 more points currently. So if anyone's hurting, I can can heal him up a little bit.
Eugene is like looking at Splendor before he turns back. Yeah, we should probably keep going. If everybody's all healed, that is.
Is anyone still hurt?
Splendor is good.
Okay.
And we're going to stop for tonight as you guys reach the hostile hostel.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right.
Oh boy.
That was
All
very
right.
good.
That was. We missed Beep. We missed Beep a lot, but it was
Yeah.
good stuff.
Everyone,
Yeah.
thank you for coming out. Thank my wonderful friends, of course, for being part of this. Thank you, Jask, for DMing this wonderful, wonderful thing. And we will see you on the next episode of HECKNA. Almost in time for Crimbus.
That's too far away.
It's Crimbus!
Oh, actually, wait. While I'm remembering, I don't know why.
Yes.
Oh, because you said Crimbus. We're having our Friendsgiving feast on the same weekend that is our next session.
Okay.
So, depending on what's going on, I might not be able to run.
Yeah, I won't be here. I'll be out of town when our next session is supposed to happen.
Okay.
Too.
Do we want to skip next session then?
Well,
Stop.
Well, so I might run something instead on that day, so
I'm
people
down
still
for
have
that.
some content.
Yeah, hell yeah. And if I'm able to join, I'll join. I just don't know if I'll be able to.
I might run another Aeon Terra one shot.
I'm super here for it. I won't kobold bomb you this time.
Please don't.
Please heckle Splendor more on her illiteracy. It makes me thrive.
No, Eugene feels bad, man.
Dr. Stella was about to try and offer to teach.
Because sometimes Eugene no thinky, you know?
Well, I will say, if she has gotten any kind of impression of Splendor in the short time that she's seen her, it's that this is a very stubborn creature.
Yeah.
So, you can get through to her, you just gotta work at it a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, and Gil in that moment when everyone is like pointing at Splendor is just like, God fucking damn it, guys, don't. Like, 'cause he's seen a little bit of that with Splendor, and there are things that he wants to say to Splendor, and everyone else is like, you can't read? Like, Gil is like, I am going to punch all of you.
You can't read? Bitch, you want to not be able to chew?
Right?
That needs to be on a shirt.
You've got so many shirts for this.
I know. God, there's so many conversations.
This is why we need to start a Patreon, Jess. We can make shirts.
The real goal.
And merchandisable Splendor toys.
I still, I want to get, I think Hero Forge does them, I want to get a 24 karat gold Splendor figure.
Be great. See, my hesitation of making a Patreon is purely because I already, am really iffy about taking money from people.
Well, then you're not taking it, they can offer it if they want to, but
Yeah,
It's
see,
still, I'm
that's
so
the
iffy about
thing.
it.
I mean, I have a Patreon, and it's a little weird at first because you're like, you're giving me money, but at the same time, it's like they're there supporting you because they like what you do, and they know that everyone's financial situation isn't always the same, and if they're able to give some, that
No
can.
matter how it's rationalized, I will not be able to accept it openly.
I will just I'll just keep saying it because I have a friend who's starting a Patreon soon, and I did the whole spiel with them. So I will beat it into your head just like I did with theirs. You deserve to be paid for your skill and your time.
Gilbert's gonna
providing-
get a hold of the stick and just break the fourth wall and beat the DM in the face.
Well, I'll bring
Well-
out my beaten stick and just hit
I
people with
also,
it.
I think of it like this too. It's not like we're changing anything. Everything is still available for free for
Exactly.
everyone's enjoyment. If you want something extra, it's there. If you don't, you still get everything else. And it's still fun to
Exactly.
be here.
It's just support because people care and people like it.
Oh yeah, Jim, you want to send us off?
Hey, all
Are
you
we
out
still-
there, all you out there in chat land. Yeah, we're still online. Hey,
Oh, I thought we were off.
all you out
Whoops.
there, all you out there in chat land. No, it's fine. All you guys out there in chat land. Hey, you look nice tonight. Okay, I hope you have a good night. I hope you have a good time. Hope you had a good time. Hope that you enjoy yourself when you're not here, but enjoy yourself even more when you're here. And remember, if you give dollars, streamers say name. Good night, everybody.
Good night, serious family.